We're back. Good morning. Good morning. That's right. Special day. Good evening to my European audience. And to Bizzo, maybe, who I think is my only audience from India or anywhere in Asia. So there you go, man. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD, guys. Good to see you all. It is indeed Thursday. It is the 4th of July. Oh, America. That's right. Y'all gonna go crazy today. We already had our 4th of July in Canada. We had it on the 1st. Did we do anything fun? Nope. But did I see a Canadian flag up? I sure did. It was awesome. So there it is, man. I missed the last 2 days of streams. I apologize for that. Ella had surgery. She had surgery to fix her hand. So that's pretty cool. She dealt with carpal tunnel problems and other hand-related issues for a long time. Had a couple of other things go on with her hand, little operations and stuff. But finally, she had the big one. The one that should fix her forever. Hopefully. It's a 4-month recovery. So we'll see. We'll see what I'm like in 2 months of having to try and manage our house all alone. I don't know, man. I'm up to the challenge, though. I'm ready. And she's feeling better already in certain ways. It's amazing. Apparently, when you have something like carpal tunnel, you feel better in the middle of the operation, so she says, which is really cool. I'm very optimistic about it. But we got work to do then. It is the first stream back since the fitness challenge started. So we have a whole brand new thing to talk about with that. I hope some of you guys are getting out there and doing your fitness challenge. I read some of the lore. I'll admit right now, I think I might make a lore badge for as well. Like a lore distinction badge for people that went above and beyond to create a story for their character during the astral journey to the Eldari runes. And currently looks like Guapo is gonna kind of earn that badge clean and easy right now. I'm intrigued, man. I don't know if y'all read some part of the stories, but I'm already there, man. I'm ready. You did make it by long. Good to see you, man. What's up, Guapo? Thorkin, thank you for the lurk, brother. I appreciate it. Dungeon Father, good morning to you, or good evening. I don't know where you live, but either way, good day to you, my friend. Thank you for referring my time zone. No longer feel excluded in this community. Well, I did say to all my European audience, I didn't say to my American expats hiding in Europe, slinking away from their responsibilities. A former Texan fallen down to France. The question is, who's more disappointed, me or your parents? Let's not make any jokes about that. Of course it's your parents. They know you play D&D. Come on, man. Thank you, Thorkin, for reading this going live message. You're the real hero. Well with unit. Wait, listen. You read the going live message, Samurai? You read the going live message? Somebody actually reads it? No one appreciates that I handwrite them every day. I'm telling you. One of these days, it'll be an automated tool. You'd be like, wow, looks very automated. And you know what? Y'all miss it. I'll miss it. Afternoon. Okay, good afternoon to you, my friend. Good afternoon to you. Make a joke to the orphan SMH. Shut up. Shut up. I hear it's hot in France right now. I hear you guys have a kind of a brutal summer, so I hope you're staying cool, Guapo. Also, why does my lighting feel like it's dramatic right now? I feel like I have to turn my light. Hold on. My camera not balancing? Nope, just being dumb. That's fine. Whatever, we'll fix it later. It sounds like a not my problem anymore problem. Azura! Holy shit! Thank you for the 12 months, the whole year!
Life is good, the grass is green, my journey across Eldora has just begun.
Has
no
it?
Crap, why are there sages talking to me? Oh no, what do I? I've been adopted. I'm the token astral smith, aren't I?
Yep,
they're gonna
probably.
make me fix their astrolabes.
Likely.
Cry.
Is that what you got? Did you do the random roll and you got the astral sages? Which number was that? Hold on. Which number was that? That was number what are we at? I gotta scroll up. That was number number 3. You got a 3 on your D8. Oh shit. I kind of like that. Ella just drops the biggest sub I've ever had in my stream. The longest sub every month. She drops the longest sub my stream has ever had. No message. Tier 3, nothing. Says nothing. I like it. It's kind of a giga move right there, you know. But yes, the event started. The journey across Eldara started. If you are not familiar with what we're talking about, every summer for the last 2 summers, this one included, so last year and this year, we did like a cool fitness challenge thing, a walking challenge to get out there into the world and to harness our natural environment around us. It's been a little fun little thing we did. Last summer we did 3 months. It was a 3-month challenge because that's what I did. It was in the midst of my like substantial weight loss, and I thought, you know what, I'll invite everyone along for the challenge if they want to come. And so I did that. It was 3 months though. That was too long. No one paid attention after month 2. That's fair. I learned my lesson. I understand. I also changed to miles. By long, thank you for the 40 miles. What the fuck? That's still so long. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you, by long. Thank you for the tier 2 for so long, man. Seriously, it matters. Like it really does. A tier 2 is that's a big sub, man. Thank you, by long. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for sticking with me all this time, man. I appreciate it. OG moves, yep. I won't be able to beat the Guapo's writing expertise, but I'll try and make mine entertaining. Listen, it's not a competition. Multiple people can earn the lore badge if I decide to make a lore embellishment to the badge or whatever. But let me click like a bar. You know how like some medals have like bars for doing fancy stuff or whatever as well? We'll do that as well. We'll do like a lore bar or something so you can earn your badge with a bar. I don't know, or a pin or something on top of it. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. But the walking challenge started in July this year. It started June. It was June, July, August last year, which was a lot of fun. This year, and mine is May through October, right? I'm trying to do 240 kilometers or 150 miles every month. May, June, July, August, September. That's my goal. Because it gets cold here after that. I'm not going outside. I don't think I'm gonna go outside, man. It's barely above freezing right now. Are you kidding? It's actually pretty warm out, but you get what I mean, man. You get what I mean. So it's a 1-month challenge this time, where you can actually earn physical badges, little paper badges I make and I print out and I send to people. Ella, can you try and test the thing out with Shopify to see if we can do it through Shopify today? Because I'd really like an answer on that for everyone at some point in time if you're feeling up to it on your phone. I know you did just have surgery, but you know, let's face it, that's whatever, right? It's just carpal tunnel surgery. You're just out for 4 months. No big deal. It's fine. Try to keep it short, but I can essaying if needed. Yeah, please do. Please do. So badges will be finished soon. I was working on them yesterday. I'll show you a little preview of them. If anyone gives a shit. I don't know. So I did the base of the badge. I made a new badge. And we're keeping the same color scheme, the teal, copper, and purple. And I made the Belgar Keep badge. I haven't painted in the gold yet, but the basic design of Belgar Keep and the base design of Ash Asami, which is a city name I realized I should have used a different word, so we'll probably change that at some point in time. Lore-wise, I don't care right now. It's kind of funny. Anyway, third badge isn't done, but that's what they'll look like when they're done, so we'll figure out some embellishment, like a little pin in the ribbon or whatever for the lore fiends or something. But we got to do our first random encounter. It is the 4th of July, and we have to do a random encounter. We have to write a set of another D8 to D10 of random encounters. Maybe we'll do a D6 to keep it easy. But I kind of like the idea of people having various different journeys. I want to see at the end, I want to see people like sort of summarize their journey via the random encounters and things like that, as well as the lore that they added. I think that'd be really fun. So that is one thing that's different this year, is rather than just being a lore thing where I just say here's a bunch of lore about the places you're going. Aren't I impressive? Isn't this writing and D&Ding impressive? No, this is self-directed D&D. This is team D&D with self-directed effort. Those sound opposed as ideas, don't they? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But there it is. Wait, why does my alerts have... Oh, okay. All right, never mind. I was like, wait, why does my alerts have a giant fucking stream element? Okay, never mind. That's the thing. That was a... Okay. All right, never mind. I'm good. I just saw somebody paying for their dice from Ella commission through my stream elements when I was offline. So that kind of gave me a bit of a heart attack briefly. Try to keep short. To say maybe, yeah, Elle, if you could try it today, that'd be great. Just so I know that if it's possible or not. If not, let me know how to do it, and I will do it on your phone later. Poorly, but I will try my best. Either way, we are in full swing this summer. I don't know. Does anybody have any plans? The 4th of July isn't kind of the start of like the hard summer months for most people, because it's around the same time for us that we start our like hard midsummer events and things like that, which are kicked off by the Calgary Stampede. The Calgary Stampede is the most American thing we do in Canada, at least Western Canada anyway. It's a rodeo, chuck wagon, agriculture festival, fair, like state fair. What else is a Calgary Stampede? I don't know, but it's an event that goes on in our city where there's a whole bunch of stuff going on down at we have an area called the Stampede Grounds around our convention center and our hockey arena. It's a big, substantial area of the city. Let me tell you about that, right? No one that I know goes there. And yet it is packed with hundreds of thousands of people every year. I think it's a normie thing. I think if you're a normie, you go, you know. It is fun though, because we do have sort of a Western ranching cowboy culture here, which I think a lot of people forget, you know, that Alberta has a very strong connection to sort of the traditional cowboy culture. Not probably as common as some places in the US like Texas and maybe, you know, whatever, but it's closer, similar, maybe like Wyoming, Colorado. I don't know. There's a lot of ranchers, a lot of like old school ranches around where I live. You don't got to drive very far before you find a ton of farming and ranching and that whole kind of thing. So cowboy culture is definitely still very much alive and well. And we celebrate it around Stampede. So everyone buys their cowboy boots, wears blue jeans. Them girls tie them plaid shirts up all tight under their bosom, you know. Everybody wears some cowboy hats. It's a whole event, man. It's for the young, though, I will say. Definitely, if you're like 23, you don't spend any day of the 2 weeks of Stampede sober. Me, on the other hand, I did because I was too busy playing World of Warcraft. Now that I'm in my early 30s, I still spend too much time playing World of Warcraft. No, I'm not going to Stampede this year, probably. Ella, you know, just having her hand surgery done, probably not going to be able to get there, but it's a whole event. It's a whole thing. So it feels like summer's kind of kicked off with that where we live. And then I guess you guys have 4th of July, you know, which is cool. And then, like Guapo said, the Olympics are in 2 weeks. That's a whole thing for him and in France and whatnot. You're gonna be busy, man. You're gonna be a whole city full of other people. So yeah, I feel like July is always kind of my favorite month of the year. Really, July is my favorite month. June's good because we have a ton of, like, around where I grew up, we have a ton of lilac trees, and those are like, I don't know if you guys have lilacs where you live. Basically, they're trees that have really cool flowers in them in the early summer or the spring, late spring, early summer, and then they turn to red leaves through the rest of the summer and fall, which is pretty cool. But yeah, after that, that's always really pretty to see the entire city erupt in lilacs. But July is still my favorite because July is the hot summer months, and I like that. You know, when we have 18 months of winter, you know, we treat our summer really well. So yeah, I feel alive. I feel kind of, you know, I'm just wearing my Tommy Bahama shirts and stuff more through this time. Also, we have water again, which is really cool too,
Visitors,
which is fun. So
how exciting!
Eiley, good morning to you, Eiley. What's up? How you doing? What's up, you stud? What's going on? I didn't see you were streaming this morning. I would have spent time awkwardly silent in your chat like I usually do in the mornings. Sienna, what's going on? Oh shit, speaking of studs, what's up, Sienna? How you doing? How's your journey going? I've been following on TikTok. I'm cheering for you. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Always, I'm honored. I missed some chats. I'm sorry, I missed some stuff. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. Livestock doesn't care where your borders are. Yeah, true. Yeah, Adams, it's yeah, actually that's a big problem in southern Alberta. So we're talking about Nirjan. We're just doing the intro, and then we're getting into some hardcore character design today. We're gonna be going deep on a new class, which is actually almost ready for release. I am almost ready to drop the Astral full beta test in the Discord for the Astral, which I'm really excited about. That's cool. And we're gonna have a bunch of art for it, and a whole bunch of things and a whole bunch of whatever. And I did a bunch of writing on it last night and confirmed a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of stuff nailed down. And we got to do some world building for it. And we got our summer fitness challenge, which is kind of like a D&D game, but you have to go out and walk, and if you don't want to, and whatever, you know, I don't know. It's a whole, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. It's gonna be a busy day, considering I missed 2 days of streams this week. I feel like we got a lot to catch up on, you know. Astral Night, is that like a ghost night type of thing? I'm not sure what a ghost night is, actually. I'm not sure if that's a subclass I haven't heard of or whatever, but no, an astral night. So in my setting, there is a force of magic that is basically primordial magic, that is magic in its raw essence before it has been sort of turned into light magic or fel or arcane or elemental or whatever the magic casters in traditional sort of fantasy use. These sort of a group of these conjurers called astral sages use this magic in its primordial essence at form, right? They pull it from the universe itself, out of deep parts of the cosmos. The astral knights are sort of an elite version of that astral sage that uses that pulls those spells into weapon-based attacks. So consider the astral knight, it plays kind of like a fighter or a paladin or whatever, but they have spells per day that they can do that are all based on their physical melee attacks. So extra attacks and AoE, ignore armor, kind of techniques. If you ever played Star Wars Saga Edition, there was a lot of different like the Jedi had a lot of really cool lightsaber forms. They could do stuff, they could trip people and, you know, reduce movements, all this kind of fun stuff. So kind of like that. So they use the like sort of the raw magic of the universe, and they do cool stuff with their swords. Actually, so the concept art currently for Astral Knights, I'll show you what a Astral Knight that my wife is playing in our game looks like. And they're kind of like broody, I don't know, slightly darker kind of you know, paladin aesthetic that don't wear full armor because they have these like magical tattoos that sort of encase their body in kind of a low grade shielding or armor, and they have ceremonial plates that they wear. And all their weapons are very important because they need a specific type of steel to actually channel the astral aura through them. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some character building, some class design, a bunch of stuff today. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's going slow. I'm still sick. Hopefully back on my feet next week. You got this, all right? I'm cheering for you. I'm cheering for you. I'm down about 15 since May began, so I'm right there with you. We're doing this together this summer. Sienna, if you want to do the summer fitness challenge, if you're interested in doing the walking challenge this month, you could join in still. It's never too late. You can earn a little dumb badge. They'll mail you at the end of it. If your steps are part of your you know, weekly routine. So I still haven't decided my character race, but the name is Magnolia. Jeez, I read Mongolia. Magnolia, that's a pretty name. Magnolia Grace Latimaria. Okay, dude, I'm struggling this morning. Apparently, my eyes aren't fully adjusted. She's the daughter of a mage, or mega famous seamstress and witch. Ooh, she became an astral smith because of her mom's boyfriend. Birth father's dead, an astral sage. She loves making trinkets and constantly gets in trouble because she's making gadgets and astral artifacts, and is frowned upon the order to use so flippantly. One of the gadgets she made is a defibrillator that can be used by non-mages to revive someone, and it was dismissed by the council as a misuse for abilities. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Dude, I'm into it. Y'all got some stories? Y'all got stories for your characters? That's pretty cool. I like hearing all the backstories, to be honest. I'm you know, Venus is already going hard. Don't know much about her character, but she's a Goliath and going off on it, so that's pretty cool that she's on the adventure too. Guapo is Guapo, you remember who's that attractive man that's married to that attractive actress? You know what I'm talking about, right? What's his name? Paul Bettany. Guapo. Paul Bettany. Remember Paul Bettany's character from the Da Vinci Code? I'm getting Paul Bettany from the Da Vinci Code vibes from your character. I don't know if that's the right that's the right vibe or whatever, but y'all have some cool characters for the event, so I'm pretty excited about it. Ella was thinking about making a new character, you know. I don't know this man. Sorry to this man. Here, I'll show you. Paul Bettany Da Vinci Code. Did you ever watch the Da Vinci Code? Hold on, I'm gonna make sure that there's no, I don't think there's any nudity in this, right? No. He's like this like creepy like monk guy. Oops, I just closed everything by accident on my other monitor. He's this creepy monk guy that goes around and assassinates people for the church. It was really cool. He like I don't know. He got these really like dark sort of I don't know, gothic kind of vibes to his character. So when you're describing him, I was getting those kind of vibes channeled, and those are vibes I really like. Not that I'm saying that it's the same story or anything, but it's vibes that I very much liked. So currently working on a character I'll be playing in a short campaign. He's a goblin. Ooh, I got scrolled. Goblin barbarian, the hero no one's ever asked for. As a part of his backstory, I thought it'd be funny for him to have caught up in a pyramid scheme in his early adult life. I'd love to share some thoughts on it, the scheme, if I'm allowed to share it. If you want to drop a TLDR, Daku, of what the pyramid scheme is, I will always rate a good conspiracy. All right, that's one thing I do on my stream that people don't realize is actually I perform a D&D conspiracy rating service. So if you can condense it down to a little paragraph, I will happily rate your pyramid scheme. I don't know if the backstory for the character I have isn't really mine. Really fits an astronaut could be. Wait, can I like art thingy? If you do want to drop an art, a piece of art in stream topics, in Discord, there are no links allowed in chat. Unfortunately, Twitch has those disabled. But there's a Discord channel called Stream Topics where people drop links or whatever it is that we're talking about in chat. So if you want to drop it there, you're more than welcome to. Guy who played Vision, yeah, the guy who played Vision. After I wrote it, I realized it was kind of Assassin's Creed, but I wanted to focus on people who extended their life through unnatural means. I mean, look, I like it. It's a vibe that I like. It's a kind of a character archetype, the devout sort of like willing to do evil deeds in the name of whatever whilst, you know. Also, the red sash thing was very clever. I thought that was very cool. So it reminded me of like a bishop or a cardinal or something whilst also serving a function. So very cool vibes, man. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Started selling cheap brass accessories. All right. Here's our D&D pyramid scheme. All right, we're gonna rate this one. He started selling cheap brass accessories with an eye on it that supposedly made you unbeatable in any kind of tavern games. And depending on how many people you recruit to selling those things, you get assigned to a tier linked to the accessory. The highest being a necklace with an upside down pyramid dangling from it. The guy who came up with all this was an old dwarf who invented the game called Rollies, which quickly got popular in every tavern across Alexandria. This is a critical role thing, right? Exandria, if I'm not mistaken. That's the Matt Mercer setting, right? I like it. That's legit. That's good shit. That's some good dwarven pyramid scheme starting right there. You know, actually, so Daku, I have a player that I really adore in my current campaign where she is playing a bard that is convinced of a conspiracy theory in my world. And I like that kind of vibe, right? And so pyramid schemes, conspiracy theories, player characters that are caught up in that. That's a good one. I think that's a good character. So I'm all for it. What's up, Ed? It has been a while. How you been, bro? It goes well. The walking challenge has begun. The journey across Eldara. Gates of the Eldari edition has begun. So it's been good. Month's been started off strong. Ella had her surgery this week, which is great. So her hand's all fixed up now, or at least should be in a couple of months. She's not allowed to hold anything for a month with her right hand. Nothing, not whatsoever. Nothing. Nope. And then after that, I don't know when she's gonna be able to return to making dice, you know, because she's got to like hold them and stuff. So I'm gonna have to help her out quite a bit with her dice making when she gets back to it. But that's okay, because I'll be a master craftsman, a dice smith among dice smiths. Or I might fuck it up and ruin her dice pours for her just because I couldn't mix the silicone right or something, or the resin right. I don't know. We'll figure it out that when we come to it, man. I also got to do a bunch of crumb dice that I got to pour myself. That's right. I got to pour them myself. I have to become the dice maker. I have to become the artisan. And I don't know. I'm not very artistic, so I don't know if I can I don't know if I can do it, man. People refer to Ella as an artist, which is very, very nice to hear at conventions. And she always corrects them. She says, "Oh, I'm not much of an artist." They're like, "Oh, no, you make art." And she's like, "Well, I don't know." I think she considers herself more of an engineer. But that's why I love her, because she's so creative. And comes at everything from an engineer standpoint. And I realize that's why I said that's why I love her. That's like the only reason. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm double downing. That's the only reason why I love my wife is because she's an engineer. That's the only thing. Nope. Yep. That's you've heard me. I said it. Fuck it. I'm committed now. Here comes the Evan TikToks where he's hammering away the dice forge. Dude, I should make dice TikToks. I should. My TikTok's been doing well, dude. It's been, every time I post a TikTok, it actually does decently, I think. I don't know. I haven't checked in a couple days, but I think the last one we did, the painting of the, no, red pill TikToks, get out of here. On my FYP. What is it? Know that I'm a 30-something-year-old man? Does it not realize I'm happily married and don't need the red pill? All right. Yeah, they do decently. I don't know. I think that's pretty good for the size of my following. I think these are pretty good numbers, you know? A couple hundred on the low end and low couple thousand on the high end. Like, I don't know. I'm pleased with it, at least. People seem to like it. They don't do as well on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter, but that's okay. I'm not mad about it. I'm not angry. Engineering is love, so it checks out. Yeah, true. Look, Ella, honestly, Ella, she actually, from an engineering standpoint, kind of reminds me of my brother a little bit. My brother and Ella are both engineers. My brother is a mechanical engineer along that path, so he invents new equipment to use in big fancy industrial fucking companies and shit, and does all sorts of crazy stuff. He's very smart. He's a mechanical engineer that comes at it from a creative passion, where basically if he could do anything he wants, he just builds stuff and just invents shit, you know, mechanical shit. Like, he built his own car engine and built his own car out of a kit. I'm talking like welding everything and doing all that shit together, casting stuff. Like, my man out here being my man, right? Like, he does that kind of shit. Ella sort of approaches things from the same way. Ella likes dice, and it fits so well with her because she gets to do such multidisciplinary stuff with it that's really impressive. Like, for instance, she likes the process of making things, so she, you know, does everything from the software engineering coding side of things all the way to like the physical production side of things. So people were really impressed by her when we were at the convention. They're like, oh, do you make these yourself? And she's like, yeah. And then she'll talk to occasionally like a dice maker, somebody who understands dice making, and they'll be like, these are really nice. Where do you get your masters from? She's like, I print my own masters. Yeah, I made them myself. And they're like shocked. She's like, yeah, you just 3D model it, and then you buy a resin printer, and then you print it in high quality whatever resin, and then you sand and polish and perfect your masters, and then you cast them out of, you know, high grade whatever silicon, and then you use that silicon cast mold to create your dice that you have to then be extremely creative for and have to pour properly and then finish and polish and do all this crazy stuff. People just stare at her like, what? You do the entire thing yourself, start to finish? And she's like, mm-hmm. What of it? So yeah, I think like Ella's brilliant. I would describe her as brilliant if I had to. And she can kind of do anything, you know, whether it's website building to making shit. Like, she's just an overall multidisciplinary engineer, and it's really impressive to watch her do shit. So anyway, today Ella's gonna do none of that because her fucking wrist is in 8 pieces, which is great. So I gotta do the creative art stuff for the house in the meantime. So today's title for the stream is something along the lines of I miss my friend, and so I miss playing D&D with my friend, so I'm gonna draw her Astral Knight or something along those lines. I don't know, I wrote it like 20 minutes ago. Leave me alone. And I really want to finish this piece. I'm working on a couple things right now. I'm working on Kitty's character, working on Guapo's character. I'm working on Jacob's painting, and I'm working on Fish's character. And I actually kind of love it because I rotate through the projects every day. I do like one thing every day or whatever. And I feel like that's the most efficient way for me to do projects, you know? I don't know if anyone else sort of relates to this or vibes with it, but I'm the kind of guy that likes to bounce between stuff because I like to not look at a project for a couple of days or like a week or whatever. I don't know if this is something anybody else has in their work. Like, if any people with like real jobs ever like do project-based stuff and find that you do your best work when you are sort of bouncing between projects. You know, maybe that's a poor way of doing it. Maybe I require more focus and I need to develop discipline to start to finish project. I can do that. Listen, don't get me wrong. If somebody hands me $1,000 right now and says, I need a painting and I need it done by the end of the week, you know, hey, like, I will show you focus, like witness me, Father, for I shall show you the strength of your creation kind of shit, right? But if I'm going to do comfortable stuff, creative stuff, where I feel like I'm doing my best work and I'm not personally like squeezing myself, like the creative energy out of me like a fucking rag, which you should be able to do once in a while if you're a professional. I find working on multiple projects at the same time is really the ace way for me to do that. You know, I'm really the happiest when I'm doing that. So we're bouncing, man. We're bouncing between stuff, and I'm kind of excited to get all of this stuff done and see all the cool shit we get done at the end of July. So I want to do start doing a month in review at the end of the month, not on stream because I don't think anyone will give a shit, but for myself, like sort of making a Twitter post, like committing to a Twitter post just because it's a way for me to sort of like organize the thought. You know, a lot of thoughts that I have, I found a lot of like value in organizing them in a way. And I think like committing to like a TikTok is a great way of doing your process for your stuff. Great. Committing to like a Twitter post of like what I did this month of all the pieces or whatever at the end of each month is like a great way to, you know what I mean? Like it's a cool way of organizing it and figuring out what you've done. So I think I'm going to do it this month, and I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to show off this summer and really get a ton of work done, a ton of cool shit done, have the Astral Knight class out and release the adventure and get a whole bunch of shit done by the end of the month. Yeah, I don't know. As a respectable view numbers, as long as you're not chasing the viral dragon, consistent posts will grow the account. Yeah, I definitely so. And you're right about that. Consistency beats talent every time. And I don't know. It is tough though to try and make a new sketch. Like if all I had to do, it'd be fun honestly to try this for a month. If I could get like financially in a place where I didn't need to worry about like taking commissions for a month or something like that, it'd be interesting to try and do a month of streams where every day I try and do something start to finish that can make it into a TikTok, and then literally stream 5 days a week or 6 days a week, and then post 5 to 6 like TikToks a week and just see what that kind of looks like in the end. I don't know. It'd be an interesting experiment. Not one I'm super eager to do like anytime soon, but an interesting experiment nonetheless. Hey Blair, what's up? What's up? What's good, War Master? What's chilling? How you been? I got last name, dude. I kind of liked it. The incredible art to guilt trip your players into playing D&D. Exactly. I'm gonna make her character for her, and then she's gonna be super bummed that she isn't playing it, and she'll force time to play D&D with me. Yep. I still haven't done art of any of my party members in my current campaign. I'll probably do art of Dashto's character sometime in the next couple months. I don't know. Probably do that. I don't know if we'll really do Jackie and Limit's characters anytime soon. They already have art for theirs, so they don't really need me to do it for them, you know? You know, I don't want to step on. It's like when somebody comes to a D&D table and they already have art for their character, I don't want to step on any toes and presume that they want me to make art for them. Right? It's disrespectful. So they already came to my table with AI generated art. And so I don't want to, you know, clearly I never want to step on another artist's toes. And especially if they made the art themselves. I'm being petty and bitchy. It's okay. If music guests in my actual job, I'll forget about it unless I do it. That's fair. Yeah, the balance when you're a creative professional is tough. We're now planning to draw coconut crab drider before we're going to bed. A coconut crab drider. I enjoy coconut crabs. Coconut crab-eye. I don't know the plural of coconut crab. I think it's the plural of coconut crab is coconut crab. But a coconut crab drider, that sounds terrifying. I don't know how I feel about that. Just dropping coconuts on tourists, just fucking killing them. All right, let's get it, I guess. Yeah, get in there, champ. Let's see what you got, you know? I'm down. I ain't got nothing bad to say about that. So, all I'll say is good luck. Sounds pretty good. Off during the week for once. Welcome back to the stream, Steel. We've missed you. We've indeed missed you. Steel, I was in a hospital yesterday or the day before, and I thought about you. That's right. I didn't go to the ER because it's fucking scary, but Zillion nice to switch between projects to keep the divine inspiration / motivation fresh. Yeah, I think what's the quote? Guapo would know this kind of shit because he's a old literature enjoyer. But it's a very famous quote by a very famous French writer. I don't remember the French writer's name, but the quote basically said something along the lines of, the artist must keep the muse entertained if he is to continue to earn her attention, or whatever. Something along those lines, you know? I don't know, man. But yeah, that's how I do it, I guess. The muse that the muse that takes care of me and my creative endeavors has a devastating, debilitating case of attention hyperactive disorder, and so I need to consistently be showing new, pretty, fancy, shiny things off to her, or else she scorns me and removes from my grasp the grace of her her gifts. If you're familiar with the concept of the muse, that is. You got some birthday cake? We got some birthday cake? What? No. In fact, Steel, I do not want any birthday cake. Thank you. Cake is my favorite thing. Cake and donuts are my favorite desserts. And I'm currently on 1,600 calories a day. And boy, if I ate some cake, I wouldn't be able to eat a single other thing for the rest of the fucking week. Are you kidding? But desperately and deeply do I indeed, yes, want some birthday cake. That would be fucking legit. Oh, God. I'm so fat. Man, I can't stop thinking about cake. What's up, Koi? How you doing? What's up? I felt this thing in the wind, this chill, like, ooh, wait, did it just get suddenly more talented in here? It just felt a little more talented in here. Oh, that's because you're here, Koi. That's fair. So, yeah. What's up? How's it going? Steph, thank you for the tier 2 or tier 1 for 24 for 2 months straight. Oh, God, I read a bunch of numbers in the wrong order. 2 years, Steph. 2 years. Thank you. Cheers. How you doing? What's up? Good to see you. Nirajan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And Rob, thank you for the 100 bits.
For Ella.
For snackies for Ella. Dude, you joke, Rob, but I appreciate that. Because currently Ella is on her, like, low inflammation, whatever, like, hot girl summer. So she's eating, like, nothing but protein and fucking animal and, like, and just, like, big, strong shit to get big and strong in the gym and to grow that gat. So, dude, all she wants to eat for snackies right now is beef fucking jerky. That shit's expensive, okay? I need the help. I need the snack fund, okay? Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Damn, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the subs and the bits, guys. I like a giant coral pistol shrimp shell crab with a tank hull and a walking warship. That's a vibe. Taylor, Night Too Angry for Death wants people to live, not for... Wait. Okay, all right. Cut a base by OC off the specific aesthetics. I posted a Spectre of Fallen Legion commander that continues to fight through death itself, bestowed with the sigil Rage of the Beast. I just made up his magic tattoo he'll get in life. He vows to defend and rebrand the world to his ideals. A world where meaningless sacrifices don't exist and death is not the end of one's history. That's pretty cool. That's fucking sick, actually. I kind of like that. That's a cool, I don't know, vibe for a player character, at least. Could use the funds, so expensive. Yeah, actually, though. Get better, Sweet Ella. If she's watching, I must depart back to work. She is watching, and she deeply appreciates that, Rob. She can't type on her phone because she can't use her fucking fingers, but I'm sure she appreciates it. I'm sure it means a lot to hear that from her friend, so thank you, dude. She will get better, in fact, not anytime soon. That's the whole point of this thing. She had a particularly bad case of carpal tunnel, and her recovery is going to be on the longer end, so she's not allowed to do a single thing with her right hand for 1 month, a full month, and then after that 1 month is up, she'll be able to, like, maybe hold a pen.
Didn't see that one coming,
Jesus.
did you?
Please contribute to the Jerky for Ella Fund. We need our master dice craftsman back in action.
Yeah, thank you, Vinny. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate that. Thank you. I will use that to buy 1 bag of Jack Link's teriyaki beef jerky for Ella. Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty sure the big ones are about like $13-14, which is about 1,000 bits in Canadian. So I think that is actually a large bag of Jack Link's teriyaki beef jerky. So thank you. Thank you, Guap. Or thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. Gamello, thank you again as well for the bits. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Farmers Market Jerky, though. Farmers Market Jerky is great. It is so much more expensive. It is so much more expensive. Which, don't get me wrong, we got some for her. We got some at the butcher shop, whatever, which is the same whatever farmers market thing. And that shit, dude, it's good quality, don't get me wrong, but it got Ella and I thinking maybe it's time to buy a dehydrator. I think we actually had that conversation where we're like, maybe we should spend $150 on Amazon and buy a dehydrator, and then she can eat beef jerky and I can make turkey jerky and smoked salmon and salmon jerky, because I'm in my hot girl summer and I can't eat beef jerky because I got spices and shit in there. But if I spiced it myself, maybe I can make my super lean turkey jerky. Did you see the art piece thingy? No, I didn't. Did you post in Discord? I will happily go over and see it. Happily and enthusiastically. Stream topics. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, that's good. That's so good. Kind of like the old like ancient commander type vibes. That's really nice. That's super. That's a great piece of art. Great vibe for the character too. I love the design. Definitely like the vibe of that, the aesthetic and everything for the character. I was thinking more like sort of like decrepit whatever legionary type thing. I was not expecting them to be so masculine, so I kind of like that. I'm surprised by the I don't know, the undeath aspect and then the virulence of the character. So sorry you have all of Canada and you don't have people with amazing addictive jerky in their basements. Yeah, true. I think we might, like, there is a place, there's a place where you can buy jerky in Alberta that they ship to Alberta. It's I don't think it's that expensive. I might try ordering from them. They make all sorts of beef jerky and apparently it's really good and it's like decently priced. So we might try it out. We might do like a big order, but the problem is you have to do a bigger order at once, right? But I always feel like beef jerky is sort of the quintessential gaming snack, whether it's video games or D&D. You know, like people talk big game about like the potato chip and the Cheeto and stuff. I don't know where, like, did any of you all have this experience growing up where it's like the idea of eating Cheetos and Mountain Dew was a bit of a meme because all you ate when you gamed was beef jerky and Dr. Pepper or some shit? Because that was me when I was like growing up playing World of Warcraft and D&D. Every time we would go play D&D in my house after school on Fridays, we'd always stop at 7-Eleven and my boys and I would get a giant bag each of Jack Link's beef jerky. I miss it. I can't eat anything with like spices in it right now because my stomach's fucked. So anything with like garlic and onion and shit in there, obviously everybody spices their beef jerky with garlic and onion and whatever. I can't eat it. So I think I need to make my own, honestly. Gotta get back on that. Living your jerky fantasy? Yeah, you heard me. Laxbomb makes homemade Korean mom jerky and she feeds us every local con, makes inappropriate noises in memory. Dude. Where's this at? I gotta get in on some of that shit. I haven't talked to Lack. I can't fucking call her Lack. That's just not gonna go well for me. I haven't chatted with Lack since the convention. I thought like I gotta get Lack on Discord or some shit because we gotta chill. We gotta go talk shit for an hour about art or something. I don't know. This guy Town started making beef jerky a decade ago. Now he makes 300K a year on jerky. That's pretty impressive, man. I don't know. I think I should give it a try. Isn't that a thing that happens when you hit your 30s as a man? You need to either start like smoking or drying or barbecuing meat. It's like one of those things you have to do. It's like how every man, as soon as you hit 30, you need to either get into Warhammer, War History, or Age of Empires. Like you have to start playing one of those things. You have to either start binging War History books and documentaries, or you have to start playing Warhammer 40K, or you have to download Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the mandatory for men when they hit 30. I think that the whole smoke meat, like, because you need to pick a sport that you start watching. You need to pick an old man hobby like golf. I picked golf. I've played that since I was a young kid. But as far as like your old man like meat preparing habits, I don't know. I don't have a smoker, so maybe I should try the whole jerky thing out, you know? Maybe I should see what's up. Yeah, I don't know. For all the crabs, I hate swamp crabs. I've never seen what a swamp crab is. Yeah, wait, what? Remember one time sea turtle eggs before it got illegal in Malaysia? What the fuck does that taste like? Thorkin, what's up, bro? What got me going was being super sporty and working retail. Being my legs all day, sitting behind a desk and drawing all day, but maintain the same diet. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I relate. I don't have an excuse. I can't be like, oh, I was like super healthy and then whatever. Bro, I've always been a fat fuck, so. I blame my mom. Fucking Fruit Loops for breakfast. What's wrong with you? Kidding. Jeez, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Relax. I don't blame you, Mom. Come on. Only a little bit. Maybe around more. Broke my foot a few days ago. Can't work right now. Charlord, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm honored that you'll be around and stream more often. I won't lie. That does make me smile and exhale in satisfaction. However, I wish you was under better circumstances. Speedy recovery, bro. Hope you get better soon. Consider old man hobbies, whistling, or whittling, or you start growing vegetables. So gardening is in my blood. I should start gardening. My family has, I mean, most people's family that can trace them back to Eastern Europe, definitely have something in there that is a strong gene of farming and gardening. It's especially strong in my family. My great grandfather came over from Ukraine after World War I. And he made a garden in his backyard, which, you know, this was in like the 1940s, 50s, whatever, when you could buy a house and was huge and whatever, 1930s, I guess. You could buy this huge ass fucking house, huge ass backyard for like a decent salary. So he had this big ass backyard, turned the entire fucking thing into a garden and never bought a vegetable again. Dude could grow anything in that backyard. Absolutely anything. And did grow everything in that backyard, man. That guy had an apple tree with like 5 different types of apples grafted onto it. They'd garden all summer and then like can their vegetables and put them in their cellar all winter and just have fucking canned pickled vegetables for the rest of the year. Actual Giga Chad behavior. So I feel like I should take that up. The problem is I don't have the space to garden. So maybe it's whittling for me. I don't know. It's a good point, Koi. We're just start going to war either literally or virtually at 30. Yeah, basically. You know, you just start LARPing war. You also smoke way more meat that tempeh and seitan are also great, and there are a ton of vegetables that do well. Have you ever had hickory smoked baked potato or smoked carrot? No, I haven't, honestly. I'd love a smoker. That sounds like a cool adventure, but I kind of have I have a really nice barbecue, like a grill. So we call our grills barbecues in Canada. In like Canada, UK, and Australia, like Commonwealth countries, we call our grills barbecues. And so barbecuing is not a type of food, it's an act. Oh, what are you doing tonight? Well, we're just going to barbecue up some steaks. Oh, cool. So just a small cultural difference there. But my grill is a really nice one that my dad bought Ella and I when we moved into our place before we got married. So I don't know. Smoking a bit. I do smoke stuff. You can if you're smart and if you have patience and whatnot, you can smoke stuff on a regular grill, and I have. I do this like long whatever smoked tomahawk. Where is that piece of line work from? Now I'm freaked out. So I make like this smoked tomahawk steak where I smoke it for about 3 or 4 hours before I sear it, and it's probably the favorite thing that I make of Ella's. So there's that. So I do like that part of things, but it'd be nice to have a dedicated smoker, you know? You know, like a disciplined garden? Yeah, it takes a lot though, doesn't it? I sit my foot under my ass as you do, and I wait, what? Hold up. And I leave that foot to stand up after a long WoW session, foot rolled under my weight and crushed a bone. Damn, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie. That's intense, bro. What's up, Unleashed? What's going on? You take the man away from the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the man. Like, true. True, though. I gotta start living my farming sort of like lineage with my Ukrainian side. I'm gonna get one of like, so I need to get clothing for Ren Fair, and I think I'm like, Ella needs them as well. I think Ella and I are just gonna LARP as like a Ukrainian couple from the, like, I don't know, early 1900s or maybe mid 1900s. Some of that stuff goes so hard at Ren Fair. Like Ukrainian embroidery, holy shit, dog. It's so pretty, man. I've always wanted to get a proper like Vyshyvanka shirt, which is like has all the embroidery around the collars and cuffs and stuff. So I might do that for Ren Fair. And I'll just wear my traditional Ukrainian clothing on my deck, gardening out of my like flower boxes or some shit. Make my ancestors as proud as they'll ever be of me, which is a very low bar to jump over, but damn it, we're jumping that bar this summer. Is that on Discord? What do you send on Discord? What did you send on Discord? Stream topics? All right, world building lore, event stuff. Look what I found in the online store. Wait, what? Giant enemy crabs? Is that a crab battleship? This is some gotcha shit from Japan. Yeah, right there. 500 yen. Yep. You buy this shit with a golden 500 yen coin. Solid gold. No, they just look like they're gold. And buy some crab battleships. Dude, I have a whole bunch of 500 yen coins. Because, like, you still use cash. At least the last time I was in Japan. You still use cash for a lot of stuff. And so I have this whole cash bag of, like, $60, $70 worth of Japanese change. That when I go to Japan next, I'm going to spend the entirety on Gachapon. There's this Gundam Gachapon machine right outside of the Gundam Cafe in Akiba, which is closed. But they make this line of small Gundams that I always try to get the full set of. So I'm going to go Gachapon hard on it next time we go there. I'm going to do, like, because you always get, like, way too many, like, repeats and stuff. So I'll do a bunch of, like, giveaways on stream or some shit when I'm done with them. So I can get the whole set for God knows whatever reason with all that change. Because I don't want to use it. I want to keep it. I don't want to carry it. I really hate the cash thing. I'm not a big cash enjoyer. I'm not a big touching things enjoyer. I don't enjoy exchanging of goods and things that other people have touched. And thankfully, COVID sort of made other people sort of wary of the same thing. So I think we're moving to a cashless society soon, which is great for me and my pseudo OCD germ phobia. But bad for those trying to dodge taxes by having a cash business that they run. Great for Ella. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. Is that thigh squishing that character? It is. It was indeed requested by Fishy. Yep. Is dice gardening dice gardening a hobby like rockery or sand gathering? That's a you question. That's like sounds like some UK shit, Samurai. This is completely a you thing, all right? They're great attachments for BBQ grill smokers, pellet smokers, attachments attached to the hood, etc. Yeah, there's like honestly, I feel like with controlled heat and like a smoker box, which is just like a cast iron box with holes all over it, I have some pretty good results. Like I can do like a good solid low like 180 Fahrenheit. That's about the lowest I can get. Smoke for a good 3 or so hours before it gets like tedious to try and maintain and change out and stuff. So I can do it, just not those super long, like, you know, 24 whatever 18 12-hour smokes. So I don't know. You like 2 Gundam gachas? I have way too many. Dude. I spent way too much money on that gachapon machine, and I was so mad because the one outside of the Gundam Cafe in Akiba, the Gundam like gachapons were more expensive than they were in Gachapon Alley, like 2 blocks away. I got sucked in, man. I got touristed. It's like the Asakusa of fucking, or sorry, Asakusa. Sorry, my bad. It's like the Asakusa of Gundam nerds. So post your world map and work in progress. Ooh, you actually did it. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's good shit. That's good shit. All right. I like world maps. I want to see more world maps. All right. I want to see locations and mountain ranges and dragons and all sorts of shit. I want to see the story of your world on this world map. I'm proud of you, UK. I'm proud of you. Working along? All right, Thorkin. Good luck, man. I feel like dollar bills coming out of the bra. When have I ever liked dollar bills coming out of the bra? When have I ever accepted money? Ugh. All sweaty and gross. You think it's hot, but it's not. It's never hot. It's never. It's never. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to ruin, crush young men's dreams. It's never as hot as you think it'll be. So, I also want to teach you how to discover godlike substance that is canned strawberry milk. Strawberry milk's pretty good. You gotta get on some of that Korean banana milk. All right, that's what you gotta get on. Don't nobody talk to Viddy about that Korean banana milk. All right. My boy's been getting healthy. If y'all bring up Korean banana milk to Viddy and I, we ain't going nowhere this summer. All right. Nowhere but fucking H Mart. That's where we're going. those crab gotchas on my kitchen just to scare my housemaid. There you go. You know, housemaid. Damn, that's so that's royal. That's aristocracy. I like that. I used to like using cash for budgetary standpoint, going with friends, leave your card at home and only take what you're going to spend. That's true. A cash budget is great for that. I just don't want to touch people's icky change. So, yeah. You set some time aside and go look through this cartography. I've been so stuck on adding landmarks. Really? I thought I was under the impression that you've been slowly working on it over the past, I don't know, year or so, Steph. And you were going to reveal some monumentous world map next time you streamed or whatever. I've been looking forward to it like you would not believe. And now I am as disappointed as I am disappointed, which is still disappointed. Banana milk where? You haven't seen the Korean... I don't know what the brand is. Bro, I go get some of this shit. I get it at... There's this Korean donut shop where I live. And they got that banana milk in the fridge right there. You get banana milk with BTS members on it. You get Jimin, some Jimin banana milk. Like, don't nobody talk about that banana milk. That Korean banana milk is something else, man. It's good shit. Okay, it's the good shit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the brand is, but Bingray. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's good shit. Me and Vinny demand our banana milk. Go get it. What are you talking to me about it for? Just go get it yourself. Yeah, what do you mean? I also thought I'm working on pixel art and isometric. Nothing really too finished. One or two things. Stop being a creative, Steph. Actually, finish your work. Stop being your average creative and bouncing between projects. Listen, whatever you do finish and whenever you finish it, I will be very excited to see what it is. So, from farm stuff to banana milk, yeah. Straight from the farmer's market, the freshest of banana milk. Listen, I'm the kind of guy that likes to eat a lot of, like, you know, low processed whatever, like generally healthy whole foods. That's like a thing that I like to do now. But sometimes you gotta eat that chemical. You gotta drink that chemical. All right. Sometimes you want some banana milk and you're not gonna let anybody stop you. Okay. Are you finding that in front of us without sharing? I don't have any banana milk right now, Sienna. What do you think I'm gonna go do? Go down to H Mart right now and go get some banana milk? I'm in the middle of stream. Come on, bro. I mean, I would, but they come with hot dudes on them. They do. Ever heard of durian pizza? I've never heard of durian pizza. No. It's like the ultimate sin of pineapple on pizza is durian on pizza. That's a new one for me. That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that if you want to like get your D&D players to think that they're somewhere else completely different, you're like, yo, you're at this tavern. They don't ask you what you want to eat. They just bring out food for you. They bring out for you what can only be described as a pizza with durian on it. That's when your players are like, oh, I'm in a fantasy universe, I see. There's some shit going on here. I got you. Okay. Okay. That's when you really mess with them, okay? You just tell them that they give you banana milk and durian pizza. And they know that they're really not home anymore. Alright. Let's get some Astral Sage designs in this on this tabard. The regional names and a few of the added beings. We'll get it on the map. Let's see it. I want to see the world maps. Spent $100 on yarn for Punch Needle and stopped after a month. Should I do a series where I force myself to finish? I think you do a series on how far you got on whatever projects you got. And you call it like Project Graveyard or something like that. It's a complete exercise in awareness of your own flippancy. I don't know what the term is. Excitability. Yeah, I don't know. Experience drink date milk. That's something. Date milk. Last time I ate dates, I grew up with this friend. His name is Vishal. And his family was pretty recently moved from India. And like, I'd get over there. And his mom would be like, Vishal, you gotta go clean your room before you and your friends can do anything. And he'd be like, all right. And she'd be like, all right, Evan, you and Darcy go downstairs and play ping pong or something while Vishal's cleaning his room. I'm like, okay. All right. And we go down there. And I'd like walk by the TV room because they were all rich and shit. And they had a TV room. And I'd see his dad and his uncles just like eating dates and shit and watching TV. And I'd be like, come in here, come here. I'm like, all right, what are we doing? And I'm like a little junior high, like, I don't know, 12-year-old, 13-year-old. He'd be like, sit down. What do you think of this shit? And I'm like, what? And they'd be watching some news channel from India, some like political thing or like a scandal or some shit. And I'd be like, well, what's this guy say? He's like, well, that's what he said. And then this is what that said. Can you believe that? What do you think? And I'd be like, I think that's bullshit. I think if that guy said he was going to do this thing, he should follow through. And that guy's totally the right to call his ass out on that. And they'd be like, exactly. And I just sit there getting them all riled up. And they started making me eat dates with them. So I'm just sitting there eating dates with a bunch of old men in their like between like 50s to 70s in this like hot, sweaty fucking TV room in my basement of my friend's house. Just sitting on the couch eating dates. You know, while they're all sitting there just like yelling at each other and fucking Hindi. And the TV that translates me every once in a while and giving me half the story, I'm sure, so that I'll agree with whatever it is that they're mad about on TV. I do that for like a half hour, dude. It was great. I have fond memories of dates. Whenever I eat dates, I think of the times that I sat with my friend's dad and uncles complaining about politics in a country I had no idea what the fuck was going on in there. It's great. I love dates. It's a good time. Regional names Carador, Ashatha, Aramor, Santis, Sindri, Riviken, Fort Uza, and Morgan. Don't forget, UK, that you need to... Tolkien said it best. When he said that when he was discussing naming places, that you have to have a balance between dumb made-up words and words that can be made sense of. For, like, you have to think about made-up words, like stupid fantasy made-up words, as currency that you spend carefully. For every made-up word you have, you need to have a couple of things that are easy for the English mind or whatever language you're building it in to understand. So it's a good idea to have some places called like the Sword Coast, the Great Forest, the whatever, the Black Sand Beach, things like that. For every like strange word that you have, you need to have a couple of grounding words on there that are like, you know, right? It's good to have a balance in there. Especially the oatmeal topping of pistachios. We'll never had that. Yeah. We never had that. I feel attacked as both Muslim and SEA. What is SEA? Southeast Asian? How am I attacking that? I said there's nothing better than sitting with a bunch of old dudes from fucking India while they're sitting there yelling at the TV in Hindi, eating dates with me when I was 13 years old. That's one of the greatest memories of my life. What are you talking about? I grew up in a very diverse group of friends. I grew up around Korean friends, a bunch of Japanese friends, friends from India. Oh, yeah, dude. I had the whole multiculturalist upbringing that you would expect a kid from Canada to have. I had tons of friends that were from immigrant families that carried a lot of their family's culture over. It was awesome. I got to try the best food. I got to do the best shit. I got to learn all about languages and shit. It was great. I had a friend who was half Nigerian, half German, and she could speak both languages fluently, and she brought food to school randomly from one country or the other. It's like today grandma made food, grandma was German, or today mom made food and mom was Nigerian, right? And it was great. It was great, dude. I got to try all sorts of shit. I loved it. One day you're trading your potato chips for bibimbap. The next day you're trading your potato chips for some fucking dried banana snack or whatever. I don't know. I guess it's just one half English existing words. That's fair. Yeah. Maybe some backstory for your first D&D character. Are you playing in a game soon, Geese? Not the experiences, but the dates we had along the way. Yeah, apparently. It was so funny though, Steph, because so I'd sit there and we'd yell at the TV. This was back when they had the first large flat screen TV I had ever seen. Right? This is back when flat screen TVs looked like they're big, giant, blocky things that had huge, like, you know? Because up until then, you had your, like, I don't know, there's CRTs or whatever or some shit. You know, with, like, the bent screen or whatever. You know what I mean, right? I mean, you probably don't know what I mean if you're under the age of fucking 30, but regardless. And they had the first, like, widescreen, flat screen TV, and it was giant. And they just watched news from India where some fucking guy on like they also had satellite, and that was a big thing when I was a kid too. They just watch him yell about politics all day. I loved it, man. I fucking loved it. It was great. We just eat dates and complain about other people. Misunderstanding, we Muslims also eat dates during Ramadan. I eat dates whenever I get bored eating meat. That's fair. That's fair. I grew up with a couple of Muslim friends as well, so I got to experience all that shit as well. It's pretty cool. My friend Yavuz, who is a Turkish Muslim, used to make the worst fucking jokes. Oh my god. I loved that kids just didn't give a fuck and we just said the most heinous things and the darkest humor about our cultures or religions or whatever. He was so fucking funny, man. God, I hope kids are still like politically incorrect assholes. I hope they haven't been deprived of that in the modern era. Might be another game soon, but I've no clue. Wait. With Ulner? With Bean? Or another one that you're playing? Just give me say your classic parchment black and white sketch style has a distinct OG D&D Monster Manual aesthetic. Honestly, so cool. It reminds me of the MTG Monster Manual cards. Dude, Dungeon Father, thank you. That is one of the most meaningful compliments that I get. Very, very rarely if somebody appreciates the sort of classic vibe for it, because that's what I'm trying to do. I try and make my art look like it is sort of either in world or referencing old school D&D stuff. I was so mad when the parchment stuff came out for Wizards of the Coast, because I'm like, I could have done a card for them. They could have asked me, bro. If I'd started years earlier and I'd become bigger and well known, I could have gotten in and done a card for MTG in that style. I was so mad about it, but no, it's fine. No, I try very hard for my sketches to keep them as like a in-world kind of like aesthetic. So I really means a lot to me when people appreciate that. So thank you. You made my day, bro. Thank you. Someone's doing draw box. I see. Shut up. Yeah, shut up. Currency by world building are basically either scraps of wood crystals. That's fair. Wood crystals are cool. Yeah, I was very fortunate to have a multicultural upbringing like that. I got to see all sorts of crazy shit. Because on my end, we were Ukrainian, but we weren't super Ukrainian. We were only Ukrainian around the holidays. Right? But that's kind of the main place that, or main place and time that Eastern Europeans indulge in their culture is around Easter and Christmas. That's it. And then, not a ton of summer stuff or whatever. So I got to do all that, you know. I'd always do like Holy with my friend from the same household in the summer, and then Diwali, and then a bunch of other cool cultural events. There's some like August-based events that my Japanese friends celebrated, Obon and stuff like that. It was cool. Cool upbringing. Glad I went to school where I did. Glad I didn't go to a fancy fucking private school like Ella did. Rich girls, am I right? Am I right? Coming to my D&D game. Being all friendly and shit. Pepe laughed. Man, what's that at? Yeah, which part, Guapo? The part you can say on stream, the part you can't. What's up to the Black Spores company or territorial area, and it's quite close to the Hell's Torture Art. Oh shit, that's a fucking world building going on there. Some dark fantasy shit. I want to go to a tour and see all the mods, because a lot of mods are from different parts of the world in my chat. Right, we got mods from where, like South Africa. We got a mod in India, mod in Belgium, mod in France. We got a mod in SoCal, or sorry, NorCal, but he'll yell at you and say, "It's not North California. You don't know what North California looks like. Shut up, nerd." Where Arizona? Where else? What's the mods from? Canada, Iowa. Sorry, I forgot about that one. No one cares. Appalachia. It'd be fun to go see them all. I don't know about going down to South Africa to see Eiley, though. I don't know about that one. That's the only one I don't know about. That's the only one I don't know about, man. Here's next week. Other game, unrelated and strong. Maybe, who knows? Ooh. Okay. Okay. I vibe. I feel it. Yeah, I dig. I kind of want to start. So I'm not playing D&D for a little while, right? Players taking another summer hiatus. They got to go travel. They got to do important shit. So I don't really have D&D this summer. I was thinking about doing a small like game or whatever. Put out the feelers or the call, saying he wanted to play some D&D for a couple weeks. Maybe do a Saturday morning game or something. If I do one though, it's going to be a themed one. It's going to be a themed one that is going to have a specific vibe to it. That's my new challenge and my new like I don't know what's the right way of wording it. I have a theory. My theory is that you get better D&D from games where there's an expectation clearly defined from the beginning. Okay? My theory. Most people don't like it and want to hear it. But I have this desire to try it out and see if it works. Maybe I'll do it maybe I'll experiment this summer. I'll do like an August game or whatever. Transform. Oops. Warp. Dude, you ever just forget where certain things are in Photoshop? You just completely forget where a setting is, or a something or another, you know? God. I feel like this shit's been happening more often. Give my chances to be a player. I have dumb ideas. What's your character concept, Ashley? What are you playing here? I swear to God, if it's an Etna reference and you're just trying to find the ultra dessert, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna delete my stream key. I'll do it. I ask you a real DM question. Absolutely, Minako. It'd be an honor to try and respond. How would you deal with a party member that don't need to sleep? How would I deal with them? How would I deal with a party member that doesn't need to sleep? So what I would do if party member doesn't need to sleep, I think the advantage is that you can't have as interesting watches, which is fine. I don't think players ultimately really love the watch system, you know? But players do occasionally like having stuff done. In my experience, having weird stuff happen to them in the middle of the night. So I would still have weird shit happen to them in the middle of the night. I wouldn't make them immune from being like snuck up on or anything just because you have a player awake all the time. But I would mostly just ignore it. I'd mostly just like keep going, America. Keep on trucking with the game, and I wouldn't change too much about it. What are you concerned about with the player not sleeping? What's the concern that would prompt a question? Are you worried that your player is gonna abuse it somehow, or what am I missing out here? That's right, Crimson. Happy 4th of July, man. Happy fucking 4th of July. 1776. 248 years ago. The greatest country since the Roman Empire was founded. Y'all got fireworks and football. And Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. God bless America. Happy to be your northern neighbor. Have a great 4th of July, bro. Thank you for the tier 3. I appreciate that, Crimson. Thanks, man. Precise scope almost always does better for a lot of things. I think so. And I have I think I want to have that as a vibe, you know? Like, imagine if I said, like, let's just say Guapo, a D&D game that suits your character, your mage. You know, if I say, like, oh, it's this game where you're all going to be kind of like wizards in kind of like a magical society, and for one reason or another, you have all become sort of disenfranchised and disillusioned and disenchanted by the promises of the current sort of mage schools and academies and social system and whatnot. And then you have a really cool kind of rebellion, underground, whatever, cool story, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it tends to, you get a more concentrated idea, and then you also get more, your players are in line about what they're doing more. So I find that people are more like it's, you know what it is? It's a hand-holding technique for definitely making players who have a hard time coalescing a concentrated and focused story. It allows them to do that without, like, it's a system, it's a framework, a scaffolding to sort of place your story on top of, rather than having to invent that scaffolding yourself, which I find a lot of D&D groups, even experienced RPers, sometimes don't want to take the time to. And then it makes certain cool things that you do in the game, or cool events, party-wide, right? Like, I personally think the coolest things that are happening in my D&D game right now are the stuff that Ella's character is dealing with as an Astral Knight. And the players, like one of my players is very happy to have those stories happen and to be listening to it and watching. And another one of my players expressed a little bit of, like, kind of, you know, a little kind of like, oh, it's cool. It's like she gets to do all that cool stuff. Like, I don't know, like, you know, do I get to do any cool stuff? Like, I don't know. You didn't build your character like as a character involved in the world's systems, so I'll try my best, but it might not feel as good. I don't know. Right? It's a way to get your players to all be involved without having any sort of that forceful. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good system that I want to try out. I have ideas and I want to experiment with it. Good morning, Atari. Happy 4th of July, my friend. Music character night having a tarantula drider as a wife. There you go. Yeah. What's up, Drake? It's been a while. Dude, it has. Happy summer to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're chilling, having a good midsummer, whatever that looks like for you, wherever you live. Very different depending on the locale, I suppose. And characters that are more similar gives opportunity for friction, because you start getting into disagreements that are about the personal and the details. Wizards of Servants of Society, selfish power grabbers. You get yeah, I mean, so I don't know if I would say necessarily, like, I see where you're coming from, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm expanding or maybe like filling in another part of that to complete the picture. I think that also the strength in that is that the scope of what you are, what's the right word of this, or right wording for this? The scope of the problems or challenges that you're going to come across is sort of like always relevant to your party if everyone has a focused sort of character story or backstory or whatever, or reason for adventure or motivation, I guess is a proper word for it, you know. Then yeah, you always have that. Like if you do have any the friction becomes more nuanced, the story overall I think becomes more interesting. Now, not to say you can't have this with characters that are all different kind of ragtag party of whatever. I just think players don't put the time in to try and figure out how to have that kind of story. It's one of those things where the DM has to kind of have that happen to them, but then you're kind of taking a bit of agency away by doing it for them. Like, I don't know, it's just a bit of a thing. It's a thing that you gotta either have players that are really trusting of the DM, or that have this sort of interaction facilitated through a game system that makes it very flawlessly done. Sort of like, oh, we're all paladins and we're all on this quest to go paladin the hell out of this shit, whatever it is. And then no one's being like, but I'm a rogue, I want to go be a rogue. And you're like, I get it, Jeremy, you're a rogue. Go, you don't get your like okay guys, we're now gonna give Jeremy his rogue story. Okay, I'm going to spend 3 hours roguing while everyone's sitting there eating their toenails, wondering when it's their turn to actually do something relevant, right? Which is fine if you've got a group that likes that. It's like, oh shit, today we're gonna spend 4 hours watching Jeremy rogue. Like, go for it, Jeremy. Let's see how much cool roguing you do. But then everybody's just chilling for 4 hours, and that's not always fun for people. So, if damn some not chill, but I passed the 2 I did. Dude, congratulations. That's awesome. Fuck yeah. Get those exams. I think if your characters are super different, it's easy to say you do this and I'll do me, which kind of takes out depth of the color story. Right. Okay, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with that then. That is that's that idea of more nuance in what you're 100%. Yeah. Why are people? I don't know, man. We're already bound to the same societal rules or whatever. It's easier to get those interesting interactions. It is. It's easier to get those interactions, and also everything becomes relevant to you. Anyone's contribution to the story is somehow more relevant to you than if they weren't. So I'm thinking about doing a game where everyone is playing an Astral Sage or an Astral Knight in some variety, and you have this problem or this thing that happens that I'm not going to spoil, that the party needs to sort of come together and deal with. And I'm going to try something. I have this sort of universal idea of making parties better in the beginning parts of the D&D game. And I used to sort of pose the question. And this time I'm planning on imposing the question, if you understand the difference. I used to pose the question, do any of you know each other? And I think that I'm going to try something as well this next game. I'm going to impose the question and say, how do you know each other? Because I think that adds a lot of momentum to the early part of the game, especially if you are in a focused group, right? So let's just say for the Paladin game I want to play. I really want to play this game that's a game of all Paladins. And when I do this game, it is going to be the story of a Paladin order from a certain part of the world doing a certain thing. I know. Sounds groundbreaking, but hear me out. You're all going to be members of the order. So you have to fit your character into that. And you're all going to be like level 4 or 5 around there, maybe 6. So it's going to be like you're all experienced members of the order. You know, what kind of paladins were you? Who were students under you know, the same sort of like group as the other? Who got knighted first? Who's kind of the this or the that? And then you all have your sort of ways of connecting to each other, and you have these sort of cables that bind you to everyone else's story, where you are relevant to everyone else's story in a way that's individual. And so you do have individual connections to the other party members, but then you also have this holistic group connection. The idea of connection amongst your players beforehand, I would like to very pretentiously suggest that having an entwined backstory forms a type of gestalt of backstory. It's the whole ape strong together wood breaking meme. You know, you find that you have a very interesting and strong backstory when everyone's backstory is linked in a certain way. You know, it doesn't always work if you have this sort of ragtag group of you know, tavern dwelling. We're all different. We have a bard and a wizard and a whatever D&D party. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But you do have to be aware as a player, I think. Sometimes players make this the DM's problem. This is a bit of a hot take, I understand. If you are, as a group of players, playing completely new, unique, different players, you have a wizard that burnt down his family's home and now he's like crying because he misses his mommy. You have a rogue that was, you know, sold into a roguish child soldier slave trade of thievery and banditry. You have a wizard that came from the highest noble academies that, you know, banged his teacher. You have a paladin that his family got burnt by a demon and now he needs to enact vengeance. When you are, as a group, if you look around at the other players and you all realize that none of you have a story that bonds you together, it is the player's job to find a way to bind yourselves really strongly together, and not by like, so what was your backstory, but in a way where you are intentionally trying to reach connections with each other. You're feeling out to try and feel how you can form that bond. That is your job. The better you do that job, the better your DM is going to have a time making cool stories for you. The worse you do that job, it's going to be harder for the GM. And then you're sitting there 6 months later and you're like, you know, my D&D game is okay, but it's like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I'm like into it or whatever. It's because you never put the work in as a player. You expected your GM to just perform the story for you, but the GM can't do that if the GM has nothing to like build your group and your party out of. You just don't matter to each other. You're just all pieces individually trying to find your moment in the story. You have no Mind Flayer, Shadowheart, Asterion, whatever group bound together by some goal, right? So the more you do work on that as a player, the easier it is. And if you aren't willing to do that, or can't, or don't know, or whatever it is, I think having a starting group where you are glued together in some way is a great way of expediting that process. No one needs to worry about it, you know? As a group of the DM tried to give every player an individual spotlight every session, so it was 1 hour playing D&D, 3 hours of watching. That's tough. I'll give spotlights to my players once in a while here and there, but kind of only if they ask for it or do something kind of for it. Like I have in my current game, I have 2 players that like to do that, and 2 players that are perfectly happy watching and listening and chilling. Don't ever like try and, you know. And so it is a hard balance, right? Rooging in the corner, yeah, that's all he does. Try to give individual spotlights to each character, but make them only 1 round long during combat, or maybe 1 interaction NPC. Yeah, you can do it definitely more evenly, you know. But like the thing is, when you have your characters bound together, 1 character's spotlight is contextual to all the other characters. You know what I mean by that? Guild Form Fable 1 is a great setup to BH. I never played Fable 1, honestly. I never played any of the Fable games. That's Ella's. Ella played the shit out of Fable 1 and 2. I never had an Xbox to play them on until it was too late, until I was too old and too cool for Fable, because I was busy playing World of Warcraft. So, no, I'm unfamiliar, unfortunately. I do like the Beyond the Wall style of character gen. X-event happens, how the players to your right help, but it's loads of question types. Yeah, you definitely need to have. That's why like there are ways of doing it. I think that is really, your players have to be involved in it, invested in the process of binding your party together. But I think that the hey, you're all paladins, or you're all in part of this military group. You're all recruited into this elite military thing for your country. You can be an elf, a human, a dwarf, or a ganassi, and you can be a cleric, a paladin, a warrior, or a ranger, something like that, you know. And then people create their characters, and it's the most meaningful D&D I've ever seen has come with some of the strongest quote unquote restrictions in character creation. So I want to try doing that kind of thing with some very experienced players and seeing how they handle that idea of being sort of thrust into a story where they're all kind of presumed to have a connection and do have a connection. And I want to pose the question and impose the question: how do you know each other? And tell me a cool ass story that each of you have with somebody else from the group or whatever, or some things that you guys did while you were all young paladins together, maybe. Maybe have you guys been were you guys all sort of put together now, and you were just sort of students that knew each other, or have you guys been causing shit and trouble since a very young age in your paladin order? Like tell me a cool story, and then walking away from the table and letting your players facilitate that story. Current go to DM setup is you are a part of the same mercenary company. You have to make it as a team and a wider company. Yeah, it's a good way of doing it too. I find it's hard for new players to play this for the first time like that, but I don't know why. I haven't figured that out, but yeah, I do like that as well. My play style is evolving. Old days were just as friends playing the game, and our characters didn't have stories to tell. I just led them to the next cool dungeon or bad guy castle. And you know what? There's nothing in the world wrong with playing D&D that way, and I wish there was more acceptance and love of the old school way of dungeon crawling. Now it's like you see these horror stories and we're like, oh my god, my DM didn't even care about my backstory. They didn't even remember my character's name. They just threw a dungeon trap at me, and my character died in game 5, and they asked me to roll a new one, and they didn't even care about how I got back to the dungeon. They just met my character, it's my new character in the dungeon, and they didn't care. They didn't ask. What a terrible DM. And I'm like, that's not a terrible DM. That's a DM that plays like second ed style D&D. It's not a bad DM. It's just a different style of D&D, bro. Y'all gotta expand your horizons over here on fucking Reddit once in a while. I gotta play some D&D a different way, you know what I mean? There ain't nothing wrong with playing D&D that way. Also build the area your players are from, NPCs that you all share and care about. Exactly. Yep. The NPC connection is a big one too. Because like, for instance, in the Paladin Order example, Samurai, you all... know these paladins that have served as instructors for you. You learned your art of the weapon from Blade Mistress Ariana. She is the foremost duelist in the guild, and in the Paladin Order, and you've all learned the ways of combat and weapon, techniques from her. And she's very strict. You all have stories of that, Or you all have always had a favorable, every young paladin in the order has had a favorable education with Master Morag, who always quoted the old scriptures and teachings to you, and is known as the most patient and kind, and teaches the virtues of your order the best and embodies them, the sort of the softer side of it. And then you're like, damn, bro, I love that guy. And then when you inevitably get that guy killed off in the invasion of the Paladin Order Hall, now you have a reason to go kick some demon ass because you're all mage, right? What the fuck's the name around the table? We were all Bob, Dan, and Todd. Yeah, do you remember when you had your character sheet and you're like this, dude? How many times? Like, I think of my friend Yavuz's character sheets when we do that style of game, and he would play like an orc barbarian, and his orc barbarian's name is like Grug, and then Grug would die, and we're like, oh. Dang, Grug died. Well, this is my new barbarian, Grug 2. You just write a 2 next to the name, and then erase the inventory because of it. He would inevitably be looted by the rest of the party. And then it's like, okay, you get to the next entrance of the next room, and you see a tall orcish barbarian standing there. The wizard says, hail, great warrior. What is your name? For I am Mordrak the Wise. My name is Grug 2, brother of Grug. I have come to avenge my brother's death. You were with him at the end, were you not? Yes, we were. You are most welcome here, Grug 2. Very good. And then you keep going. It's just then that's just the you're on the next part of the adventure now, right? Like there ain't nothing wrong with that shit with playing D&D like that. You got Grug 1 and Grug 2. There you go, man. You're on it. But oh my god, if you believe everything you read on Reddit, that'd be the worst thing you could possibly do as a GM is to have a game where your players just play a class like a dungeon crawler than as a giant theatrical experience. So I don't know. What's up, Siren? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Good to see you. I like everything about old D&D. I like everything about new D&D too. I think they both can exist in tandem with each other. The only time I resent it is when people sort of shit on one style or the other. It's very easy to be like, oh, these graybeards don't like our theatrical D&D. What's wrong, old man? You can't take the drama, the performance. It's like, okay, chill, dude. Like, yeah, let them be dramatic fucking theater kids. Like, it's fine. Let them have fun. If they want to be dramatic theater kids, like, let them be dramatic theater kids. It's not how you play D&D. Back in my day, D&D is a war game, not a collective storytelling game. How dare you collectively tell stories around the table? It's like, okay, chill. Chill, grandfather. For the... Wait, why is this layer unnamed? What the fuck? How did that happen? Can you really have a layer name that's blank? Oh, I know you could do that. Alright, well, I learned something about Photoshop. Something I hadn't learned in the last 12 years of using it. No, longer. Ooh, 16 years of using it. Ooh, that didn't feel good. Zug, yeah. I mean, that was so Thorkin Grimstar. Oh, did we ever play? No, you didn't play with Grim. We played World of Warcraft together? No, I don't think you did. Anyway, that was what Grim's orc was always named, was Zug. Zug 1 through 6. Okay? And he was always a barbarian or a fighter or some combination of both. So I see people comment the games are like watching Sims game. They'll do 3 or 4 episodes without combat, trying to have relationships, finding jobs, buying houses, etc. I watched one game like this for a couple of hours, like watching a soap opera. Shouldn't be called D&D. I think it's fine, Moose. Here's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I totally support people wanting to do that shit in D&D. Absolutely, you can have that be part of your D&D game, I think. It's just not the old school way of playing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you want to have your theatrical, you know, character building, house buying, shopping, you know, episode, like, go for it. And I think it's legit D&D, but let's not forget that D&D started as a war game, and if you want to use the D&D system to play your dramatic whatever Sims game, like, that's totally fine, dog. But I just resent when the new players try and suggest that the old school way of playing, the play that you might like playing, Moose, the way that we're sort of talking about right now, is not legit D&D. At that point in time, that's when I start to take exception to that. The idea that playing your D&D is needs to be a certain way, or else you're not like playing a real D&D, because you're not like going through a dungeon, or because you're not, you know, telling a dramatic story. I just want players to try different ways of playing and to love other players and the way they play. And that's very hard for some people. They think that the way that they see D&D represented, either the way they started playing, you know, 30 years ago, or the way that they see D&D represented on Critical Role. I think that's the proper way of playing it. You know? Like, I love Matt Mercer. I think Matt Mercer is a gift to DMing. But I wouldn't say that Matt Mercer, and I don't think Matt Mercer would claim to be the greatest DM of all time. Because it's like, you ask somebody, like, who's the greatest DM of all time? And I would say, for who? I have so many friends that would just choke on their boredom in a Matt Mercer game. You know? And some of the greatest mechanical or old school DMs that I've met would be intolerable to 5th ed players. And I think what makes a good DM is the desire to have your players have a great fucking time. Past that, it's all just stat points. We talked about it in Classic? Oh, that's right, you did. Okay, yeah, that's right. We played Classic together. Yeah, well, Grimstar is that's my boy. That's who has all those fucking stories of being the smork or whatever from our D&D campaign. Like, in the random counter, what do you want to do? Player 1, and they would leave that or let that run its entire course, then turn to the next player and so on, right? Yep. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? I am on the wrong layer. Oops. I'm on the 70%. I fucked up. That's better. Good catch, Evan. Glad I got me on my side to really catch those, you know. Okay. Starting to get the kind of black and white aesthetic in here that I was wanting. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to do our clouds all the way down. We're going to do clouds all the way down. Screw it. Can't tell me what to do. I make my own character designs. Thick thighs, yeah. Listen, Fishy requested it. I feel like there is one perfect way to play D&D, but I do think from marketing and communication perspective, something around Baldur's Gate 3 or Matt Mercer or Brendan Lee Mulligan is what most players expect when invited to D&D. That's true. Yeah, no, it's definitely, you know, Wizards is complicit in the how do I word this? Wizards, that's a really pretty cloud. That's a nice cloud. Anyway, anyways, Wizards of the Coast is complicit in the hostility for old school D&D players and the way they play the game. They are not fully responsible for the community's hostility or intolerance. Let's use that word. Intolerance for the old school way of playing D&D. But in their marketing, they have leaned into the popular new way of playing D&D. And in some cases, I don't want to suggest abandonment, but fuck it. Abandon the old school players. Whether you like that or not, whether you think that's right or wrong or whatever, that's fine. But I think that's definitely happened. I don't know if it's a bad thing, whatever. WotC's made their own choice based on what will make them more money. At the end of the day, WotC is a for-profit, publicly traded, board-ran company first and foremost. And you have to understand that and try and realize that there are great, wonderful creatives working within the framework of a corporate structure, right? Of a publicly traded corporate structure. So you got to balance those things. You know, have your expectations properly gauged. That's not to say that they're doing anything wrong. Lots of companies can do great things and great creative things within that structure and that framework. It's just sometimes that structure kind of intervenes in a way that we're not happy with. And so you might say, well, why is there never any love for this type of D&D player, that type of D&D game? Because Wizards doesn't think it'll make as much money as leaning into another thing. You know, is Exandria a great setting? I don't fucking know. I don't have any desire to play in Exandria. It's not my setting. I don't give a shit. I've never played in another setting, you know, in 5th edition. I've only played in my own homebrew settings. That's what I like to do. Is Exandria the greatest setting in the world? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe there are greater settings they could have made official print, but they wouldn't have made as much money because, you know, people love Critical Role. Does that mean Exandria is bad? Absolutely not. Maybe it is the greatest D&D setting. I don't fucking know. But it is good to think about that and remind yourself, like, oh yeah, I guess, you know, just because Wizards is pushing a certain way of playing D&D doesn't mean that you can't play a different way or whatever. Kind of like when a new player comes in and says, like, which we had last week, a couple of discussions about this, where new player A would say, hey, do I need to have things as written in the player's handbook? Is that the way this thing works? And I have to say responsibly, no, you can do whatever you want. The rules don't fucking matter in D&D. It's just a guideline for whatever dumbass story you want to tell with your loser friends in your basement. Simple as that, I think, you know? What's up, Soja? What's good? How you doing? You invite me to play 14, I imagine we're doing some quests, maybe to dungeons or maybe farming current primal. I don't imagine 5 hours in Gold Saucer, and if you want 5 hours of Gold Saucer, I'd expect you to say you want to do Chocobo Racings instead of want to play 14. Both are valid ways to play 14, yeah. Ashy, I really want a pink Chocobo. Would you play Final Fantasy 14 Chocobo breeding minigame with me for 4 hours? To make a pink fucking Chocobo, which I didn't even know you could do until, like, somewhat recently in my Final Fantasy journey. But yeah, exactly. It's about expectations. That's super easy, is it? Damn. Shit. Real old school players never gave much of a fuck about what TSR was pumping out for the official D&D. We homebrew almost everything. Totally. Yeah, exactly. Old school players have never cared about what Wizards of the Coast wrote about something. When you hear or what official D&D stuff said, that was always like you know what I always say. I don't say this anymore because I don't think it's true anymore. prior to 5th edition, I strongly believe that Wizards of the Coast made Faerun intentionally boring. That was an intentional, conscious decision from them. Because, in my interpretation, as an original 3rd edition, 3.5 player, 4th edition, 5th edition, whatever, D&D was supposed to be intentionally vague, traditional, and kind of boring. Because it was supposed to have world building in the game's universe that didn't get in the way of the cool ideas that you and your idiot friends wanted to put in. Right? So that if you want to have a tribe of ancient, spirit cat girls that all wear fucking wings and LARP as card captor Sakura, like, go for it. There's nothing in D&D that would get in the way of that. And so whatever you want to do for your D&D game, Faerun, Sword Coast, whatever, Forgotten Realms never got in the way. If you wanted something more specialized, there was Dark Sun or Eberron or whatever you want to But vanilla D&D was supposed to be that, a vanilla base for you to make whatever the D&D cake is you wanted to make. I think that's changed. I don't say that anymore because I don't think it's true. I think Wizards of the Coast is marketing their vanilla as like this super interesting, indulgent, whatever original product. And that's fine. Good for them. They're trying to do some more stuff with it. They're not doing the most interesting stuff in my opinion, but Baldur's Gate was awesome. We all loved it, Sure, whatever. But I think that's the way it used to be. Is they tried to the intentionality behind making the setting homebrewable was built into it, into the very core scaffolding of what the D&D home or world building was. And I think that has changed. I think the Wizards of the Coast realizes they can sell more books and they can get people more excited by building more lore into their own setting. I could be wrong about that. And then they are willing to do cool stuff like Exandria and to be honest, I don't know much about Exandria. I'd love to learn about it. I'd love to learn about Exandria. And actually, I wonder, is Daggerheart set in Exandria? Or is Daggerheart its own setting? I don't know about this, actually. Because I know that Candela Obscura is in its own setting, I believe. I think that's cool they're doing that. And I wonder if Daggerheart is an expansion of Exandria, or if Exandria was built with the intentionality of fitting D&D into it. Which is true when you get things like Beholders and whatever, and Tieflings in your setting. When you answer, where does the Tiefling come from? Where are the Hells from? What is Asmodeus doing? What's, great questions to answer if you're playing with the intentionality, playing it with a Forgotten Realms sort of general mindset. But I wonder if it isn't, if they're trying to do their own thing with that. Not that there's a right or wrong answer either way. It's just a very different vibe. You do have pink chocobo, Azalea. It's you precisely that I was thinking about in your efforts to get a pink chocobo. For it was literally, there are tiny towns of safety in dangerous world. It's called literally points of light. And left the rest of the DM. Yeah, I think it's a great way of doing that. That's kind of the way that I'm building Eldar out. Like on the world map, the world map is intentionally going to be left, not world map. I'm having a day here, okay? I'm going to make detailed maps that suggest locations where even those detailed maps are going to be fairly empty. Like, the only map I think that really... I think I need to add more stuff. So the Novelia map is going to be a lot more dense, right? The Shadowed Sea map, I think I need to redo, because I think I have... In communicating how the map looks, people don't... My players that have played in the game, which has been probably like 10 or 15 different players, have all played in Teleria, specifically in the Shadowed Sea. Every time I play with them, I get the sort of... the feel from them that they assume the Shadowed Sea is much smaller than it is, and that it is also only as populated as the map suggests. When I say that there are tens of thousands of islands in the Shadowed Sea, the ones that make it on the map are the biggest or most influential ones, typically. I need to make a new Shadowed Sea map with a lot more islands on it and be a lot more dense. And I think that when I make the Novalia map right here, because I only finished the small corner, or not finished, but I did the small corner down here. This is the Astral Sage Valley, down for the map for the journey to the Gate of Eldara. this whole from Arstam to Belgar to Ashasami, like this is for the challenge, right? But the map I'm going to make very densely packed, tons of cities, tons of towns, tons of things. Also because it's an older area in the world, and it's kind of like looking at a map of England versus a map of America. You know, that's sort of like when I made Stonemark. Stonemark is kind of the America of Teleria. It's the new world. It's been recently settled and whatever. You know, has a great wild land wilderness to the north, where all sorts of crazy things and whatever are available. Who knows? But I think that it is like I do want to never overpopulate the maps, because I want it to always be this idea that yes, wherever you're going, there is something cool and new to discover, and the map is not the whole story. And I want to say that over and over and over again to my players. The map is not the whole story. There are towns, there are villages, there are even cities sometimes that are not on this map for one reason or another. So explore with passion and enthusiasm and I don't know, man, whatever else. It's your fucking D&D game. You go crazy, bro. Go have an adventure, you nerd. Over-explaining the world would leave not enough room for DMs to have their own cool additions, and I always need to ready the world for DMs to have their own cool additions, because that's, I think, what makes for a good D&D world, a good setting to tell stories in. And conveniently, what makes for a good D&D setting in that case also makes for a great general fantasy setting for players to sort of do their own thing, and writers to do their own thing, and illustrators and people that I want to hire to write stories and tell tales within Eldara. So, things to think about. Are they relevant? Maybe. Are they dumb? Probably. Is it going to be the right choice for creating a fantasy setting? Who knows? D&D Art is its own setting. Oh, is it? Okay, all right. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. I wonder if that's sort of Mercer and friends wanting to create their own setting and their own world and their own story, and not wanting to tie it to the baggage that comes with D&D, where people sort of have this idea like that. It hasn't happened as much in recent days, and I think it's because I have more of an identity for my world. But people used to sort of ask me how D&D things fit into the Eldara.
Scuba doobut.
All right, let's see. So, Scuba Dubert, dog adjacent music artists. As far as that's the meta, as dog adjacent music artists, I will probably rate him a little bit lower, because you know, if any kind of fictionalized dog you could pick, you pick Scooby-Doo. But looks like a great dude. Don't know what the music is like, but I'm gonna go with a solid like an 8.2, 8.3 maybe. It's a safe rating, considering I don't know what Mr. Dubert's music sounds like, but it's gonna be interesting meta. Dario, what's up, bro? How's it going? How is your weekend of hopefully recovering? Are y'all better yet? I disagree. Not many people could homebrew a setting in the late 70s until the modules and sets came out. Judge's Guild's already producing adventures for OD&D rules. They gave people some ideas. I played OD&D. The games were mostly one-shots with miniatures, pencils, and graph paper, because you also have the map. At least this was my experience. I'm sure the players play differently, although you could write TSR. They would send you the outline, help you homebrew your own setting. So I understand why you say you disagree. I don't think you actually do disagree, because I don't think that my position was identified for the ancient D&D. I'm more talking about the recent editions, of D&D always being a bland setting and how that applied to more recent editions of D&D, how my same theory applies to ancient D&D, which is what you're talking about, is exactly that. You had the setting and you were brewing the things that you found interesting into the setting. So if you wanted to create a cool mage's guild or create a big bad lich that did lichy things or whatever, you weren't confined, nor were you ever expected to be confined to the exact box, you know? So the idea of homebrewing things, you weren't homebrewing an entire setting because no one cared or wanted to do that. A lot of the original sort of D&D crowd, from what I understand, wanted to homebrew things into the setting, but there wasn't this desire to separate it out as something different because the setting itself was fantasy. This is before settings became the primary way of defining what makes for differentiated fantasy. It was all kind of one generalized concept of fantasy. So maybe I'm not suggesting that you would brew your entire setting in old school D&D. If I understand you right, I think that you were brewing things into it, but it wasn't like the OG D&D sort of rules and dungeons and things were ever defined as the entirety of what is out there. That's what I'm saying about old school D&D. But we don't talk about old school D&D all that like ancient D&D all that often, because it's not really, very, very few people have played ancient D&D that still sort of maintain the hobby. Most people, like amongst the D&D players, I'm like pretty old. I'm pretty archaic when it comes to D&D. So when I talk about old D&D, I'm trying to also be relevant to as many people as possible, which is like late second ed, early third ed players and beyond. 70s D&D players is a different kind of ball game altogether, but I don't think that it changes my initial assertion that D&D was never, even in the 70s and 80s, designed to be something that you followed the rules as written. They just described it slightly differently, where they were saying things like, oh, you create new rules for things, as opposed to you create homebrew and backstory and all this other like dramatic shit that we talk about from a new. It's like we're talking about a different time period in D&D while using newer terminology, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe that clears it up, and or maybe think I'm dumb, and that's fine. You know, that's totally fine too. Still have a cough going on. I've been doing nothing all week, just wanting to feel totally better. Good on you for recovering. Get your steps in. Don't be lifting, straining anything, doing strength training. Still get your steps in. Had a Greyhawk hex map in the Greyhawk Gazetter. Some modules now, again, but pretty much everything was something I came up with. Yeah, there's an encouragement to do that back then at the very least. The only ancient D&D I played was BG1 and the Icewind Dale video game. That's not ancient D&D. No. Baldur's Gate 1 and Icewind Dale video game. Like, Baldur's Gate 1 came out, what, 2001? Baldur's Gate 1 PS2 release date. Oop, that's not how you spell date. Came out, 98. Sorry, excuse me. 98. So ancient D&D is pre-93 maybe. Let's see. Third edition come out. So third came out in 2000. So how much of second ed was ancient is the question. How much of ancient D&D was second edition? I don't know. Yo, Scotty, thank you for the raid. What's up, guys? What's going on? Scotty Kate Fitness, how's it going, guys? What's up? Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Welcome stream. Welcome to the VOD. How's stream? What'd you guys do? Good to see you, dude. What were y'all up to on stream? We're talking about ancient D&D and the difference between that and new D&D now, whilst I draw my friend a knight for a D&D game. What's going on, though? Good to see you all. Welcome to the stream, guys. We have modules I ran with Keep on the Borderlands for months. They ran for a second, assuming it's yes. Why am I the worst artist ever? Because you're not trying hard enough, Thorkett. No. I did redo the whole perspective on my last piece, and I could just scream into the void. It was so obvious, and it took me so long the first time. Now I need to do it again. I'm such a plebe. Sometimes it's good to start a new piece, if that's the way you feel about it, Thorkin, and revisit the design later. If like fresh eyes, a couple months can separate it. Sometimes work. Right, you, my husband and his followers. I'm honored. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in, guys. We're up to fitness talk and counting calories, dude. So unironically, that's a great. You guys caught it at the right time. So we just started our for our Twitch stream for our little guild community. We started our July Summer Fitness Challenge, which is walking 150 miles, which is going to be kind of cool. And we have this whole like dumb D&D thing going along with it. I'm not sure how for you guys how D&D adjacent you all are, but we're kind of making it a little bit of an RPG to try and get out there and walking. Because I've been on my fitness journey pretty hardcore for the last year or two. Lost about 95 pounds now. So I'm all about that fitness, the entire thing of learning how calories and nutrition worked kind of changed my life when I was when I first started hitting the gym and whatnot. So that's awesome. I'm a big proponent of fitness and getting. I know I'm this like fat whatever dude in a tiki shirt, but like I used to be even fatter and even more tiki shirt. So big proponent of that. That's awesome. It's a good message, good discussion, and good thing to be doing as a community. So that's fucking legit. Y'all are doing some good work over there. Then I'll have to drop a follow and come over and see what y'all are up to. All right, followed. Hope you don't mind. Just real quick. If you want to learn about D&D history or TTRPG history in general, John Pedersen has some great books. Original Playing at the World has Second Ed. If you have a link for that, Cobalt, drop it, because I'm very curious about that. Thank you for the follow. Do you follow the TikTok, though? The TikTok. Do I follow the TikTok? I have a TikTok. I don't use it all that often. I post stuff, but I don't follow shit on my TikTok. I should, though. I absolutely should. Pretty sure I'm the worst artist? No, that's Thorkin today, because Thorkin says so. Thorkin is indeed the worst artist in the entire world, because that's what it feels like when you mess your perspective up and you are yeah, it's fine. No, Thorkin, you're doing fine, man. Just take if you've noticed that a piece is insalvageable, you could try doing it all over again, but I would strongly suggest going on to a different piece before you start moving on to it. So pretty sure I'm the worst artist. This is the first magic use played. I got in a fight and was hit by a thrown dagger. Uh-oh. You're clearly several steps above the bottom, maybe even twice as several. Yeah, thanks for the... That's oof. That's some good reassurance there for him, Atari. Thanks for that, bro. Yeah, you caught us in talking and discussing about what is truly ancient D&D. Not sure how all caught up on Dungeons and Dragons y'all are, but that's what we were talking about. I am very excited about our fitness challenge. A bunch of people are getting out there and getting their steps in. I'm definitely trying to do the same. I've had a very good summer for my fitness goals, though. I've managed to consistently hit the gym 6 days a week. I've got a pretty good training program. And I'm getting my 10K steps in every day since May 1st. Which is so funny. This week, so Ella was at the hospital for her hand surgery, right? And I'm like, oh no, I'm taking care of Ella all day. What do I do? Like, I'm so screwed for my steps. Because it was raining and shit out, right? So I just paced around the hospital. Thankfully, it was a huge hospital. And I'm pacing. Like, I'm doing the giant, like, one end to the other, because like it's set up as a giant, like, one long hallway with other stuff on it, right? So I'm pacing, getting my steps in while Ella's in for surgery. Because it's just day surgery, or it's just for carpal tunnel. And so I'm doing the pacing, and at one point in time, the like security guard like waddles over and he's just like, "Sir, can I help you?" I'm like, no, I'm just waiting for my wife." And he's like, "Sir, notice you walked by her a couple times. You lost or something?" I'm like, "No, I said my wife's in surgery." He's like, "Sir, it's a little unusual people to be walking around the hospital." And I was like, "Wait, so what am I supposed to do?" "Well, we have tons of waiting rooms." I'm like, isn't it ironic that at the hospital I'm trying to get my steps in by walking from one end of the giant structure to the other end of the giant structure? I did that about 6 times. And then I get stopped and questioned as to why I'm trying to maintain my steps and movement as opposed to sitting down. Like, what was I supposed to go do? Go to the vending machine in the hospital and get a fucking bag of candy and just sit? Fuck out of here, man. It was funny because it felt ironic, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Good night, Scotty. Introduce you to you. I'm Scotty's wife, and I play D&D all the time. Been trying to get him to play all the time. Love your artwork. Thank you. Well, hey, there's always room at tables for new D&D players, so maybe this year is the year, and maybe you can get your husband to sit down for a little adventure. That would be fucking awesome. Hencher first wins the day by best Twitch name. Yeah, true though, right? Actually true, dude. I play a lot more AD&D first edition than anything else. Tecumel was a bit with last play, even if it was the two rule sets smashed together. It's got the first edition of John Pearson's Playing at the World. Interesting. Interesting. Do I get a trophy? A trophy for what? Best Twitch name? That somebody makes them somewhere. I don't know who, but absolutely should. I don't know where you're supposed to buy them, but you deserve it. I don't know. I did see a person named General Kenobi that comes into the stream once in a while that I do think is maybe the best name on Twitch. But I any Star Wars name, you know that I'm a deep fan of. Anything that references the old ways, I am by far and away a passionate fan of. So. But yeah, I did think it was funny that I got harassed about trying to be healthy whilst at a hospital. I mean, if they had a walking track, I would have just done that. I would have just done that. I wouldn't have to walk around your stupid hospital. I also played Pokemon Go the entire time, so it's not even like I was just like awkwardly staring people down, mean mugging them. I was just staring at my phone, collecting Pokestops and catching Meltans yesterday for 2 hours while Ella was in surgery. So, thought some other shit. I'll fight them for you, that person who harassed you. Yeah, it wasn't a big. Dude was like, all right, just don't cause any trouble. What the fuck? But it was kind of funny. It was ironic at the very least. All right. I think we're gonna make these out of astral steel. Fuck it. Screw the lore. But thank you again for the raid. I do appreciate y'all stopping in. And if any of y'all from my chat are also on your fitness journey, which many of you are actually this summer, which is really inspiring, we'll go over and see what Sky's doing. Get some more fitness enthusiastic brethren on the same page. Because I am not yet by any means of a size where I have the right to comment on fitness. I'm just gonna drag you all along my stupid journey with me. We'll get fucking jacked. I'll lose the rest of my weight this summer. That's what we're doing. I'm trying to get the rest, the last 40 pounds off this summer, and then we're gonna see exactly how small I am at the gym, and then I'm obviously gonna have a body dysmorphia crisis and contemplate going on gear for at least 3 months. And then I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna say I did to make the gym bros in my gym think I'm cool, and then they'll realize I'm still small and they'll exile me from their small powerlifting group, and it'll be all over. Yeah, I'm planning this out. Today's workout stream, excellent, good shit. Workout streams are good. I follow a couple people that do workout streams. I'm excited. I'm excited to be there for the next one. I already followed. I'm enthused. Today was back day. I had a new deadlift PR. I'm very excited about it. I need more positive fitness journey creators in my life. I can't keep listening just to Dr. Mike from RP tell me that I'm not doing my training hard enough or whatever. You watched The Acolyte? I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard a mixed bag at the moment. I have not watched The Acolyte. I have heard from every Star Wars fan that I like and trust that The Acolyte is the largest pile of steaming shit that they've ever seen. And I don't know. I'm just not interested in it. I've kept up with The Acolyte and been spoiled on it, whatnot. But it seemed to me it's kind of like one of those things like Rings of Power. Just not my jam. Not my jam. I'm not interested in somebody else's ideas of how they want to change Star Wars because George Lucas got it wrong. Apparently he doesn't know what he was talking about when he made the Force and everything else like that. It's like, I'm sure somebody will enjoy it, and it's for somebody, and I'm glad whoever is watching that show and thinks it's the best Star Wars ever, you know, go fucking crush it, bro. You deserve your Star Wars, but it does not sound like a product made for me. It sounds like they're trying to do too much to be original and new by sort of discarding tradition. I don't know. I don't think you can do that with something like Star Wars, so probably not my jam. You'd hop on Scotty's TikTok page. He bombed locale high protein recipes, ridiculously funny undertones. Oh, hell yeah! Is the link on the on the Twitch channel? Because I'll get after that. I only follow a few fitness creators on TikTok, so I'd be very enthused to follow some more. But if the link is on the Twitch page, I will happily jump on board. I'm always looking for more advice on form and things like that, and fitness in general. I like the topic now, you know? I never used to. It wasn't until I started my own personal fitness journey that I really appreciate the topic. I still haven't become a gym rat, though, unfortunately. I don't own any Gymshark clothing, so I can't say that I am a gym rat yet. Very unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm trying my absolute best. And if not, it is. Wait, I think links are. That's why I asked if it was on the Twitch page, because Twitch automatically bats links out of chat. Unfortunately, only thing about it is Soul and Smilo Ren. Wait, what? I don't know. I haven't watched shit about the about Acolyte, but I've heard very mixed things about it. Doesn't seem like my jam though. So I'll probably take it off. Maybe I'll watch it in the future or something, but I don't know. I'm very busy right now and I don't have a lot of time to devote to watching TV and shit like that. So if it's not like really, really good, I don't know if I'll jump on it or whatever. He is either on the Gymshark stuff. All right, well, that's fucking sick. Check his TikTok, links on Twitch works. Excellent, cool, shit. Thank you. I'll hop over and check that shit out after stream. I'm always very enthusiastic to meet other creators, so let's see what we got going on here. Speaking of jam and other people's takes on Star Wars. Wait, what? Give me raspberry. I hate raspberry. I'm so confused, Atomic. I'm confused, but I like it. I don't know what you're talking about, but I dig it. All right. I did not take my 2-hour break, and I need more water. I need more water, bro. I'm gonna go get it. I'm all out. I'm drained. It's a Sahara desert in my tumbler, so I'll be back. You never seen Spaceballs? I have seen Spaceballs. I just haven't had anybody reference Spaceballs in probably 12 years, so that's all right, beer beat. Give me 1 sec. All right. All right. All right. I got my TikTok up. I got my TikTok. Boom. I'm assuming it's the same as Twitch, right? I need more fitness in my life. Fuck yeah. Followed. We got workouts? Oh, fuck yeah. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Yo, Scotty's jacked. What the fuck? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Get me on board with that. I'm so excited to get, like, Scotty levels of jacked one day. One day, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I gotta lose the rest, bro. I'm 90 pounds down. I gotta get the other 45 off, and then I'm gonna start getting fucking jacked. I want to finish it this summer. I'm gonna spend all winter getting fucking huge. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Thank you for the link for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need more fitness in my life on my page. Currently, my entire TikTok is just artists and dice makers and D&D shit. So, got this. Thank you. Thank you. I feel, dude, I'm seeing it though. Like, I'm actually seeing it. I'm seeing progress. We did this on stream the other day where we looked at the old school me and the new. Like, I still can't get over it. You never really realize how much weight you've lost. Where's my fucking YouTube? Where is it? You never realize it until you look at the pictures, right? Because you never see it there day to day. Look at this shit. Let me reload this. Uh-oh. YouTube won't load. Did my video get taken down? Did it get reported for harassment by the mods? Yeah, look at that shit. Look at that. That's the difference of 90 pounds, bro. That's 90 pounds. Listen, we just started our summer fitness challenge. If you guys are wondering if it works, all right. I know a lot of you guys signed up in Discord for it. I know a lot of you started your summer fitness challenge. If you're wondering if the summer fitness challenge works, yep, it sure does. And I'm gonna get Scotty jacked. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Keep working hard. Keep going to the gym. Put on those gains. That's the most satisfying part of putting my gloves on the morning stream is because my lighting's really strong. Okay, all right. I'll stop being cringe. Well, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll stop being cringed in that way. Put my fan on, bro. It's too hot here. All right. And I gotta go to Hawaii to visit family in this fall. I gotta be lean, man, for that. I gotta be super lean for that. Can't be going to the beach looking like a fucking narwhal. I think I've had Spaceballs on the background many times, but actually sat down and watch it, maybe not. Really? The last time I fully watched Spaceballs through, I think I was in high school. Gotta be lean to go to Hawaii so you can eat the entire tuna while you're there. Dude, it's not a tuna, it's a mahi-mahi. Mahi-mahi. I'm going to rid the ocean of like 4 of these. Okay? This is what I do. When I go visit Ella's family in Hawaii, I eat like 4 of these boys. Alright? Like an entire. Like I'll clean 1/2 of those in a day. I don't care. You can't stop me. You can try, but you can't. Nah, man.
I want to actually try and look good for this summer or this fall. I've never had the experience of looking good in my life, like on a beach. I don't know what it's like, and that's my goal this summer for Hawaii. I know that I'm like losing muscle. I'm gonna be pretty small when I go, but I'm fine being small as opposed to being fat. You know, that's the goal, bro. That's the goal. I really want to. I want to feel like I deserve to stand next to my wife for the first time in my life, you know? I don't want to be that meme, you know, the meme of online of these absolute bombshell women with, you know, turds of men, which is like a pretty offensive meme, but it is still a meme. I feel like I fit into that. I feel like Ella deserves more, so I want to look good to her standing on the beach this year. But more than that, I just really want to be fit and healthy and live past my fucking 30s. So it's part of the goal. Maybe I should start a fitness journey TikTok account. Fuck it. Talk about my shitty workouts. My uninspired, boring diet. I know Dury would watch. Besides that, probably not anyone else. You know? We watched a lot of Mel Brooks stuff after Galaxy Quest came out. Really? I'm gonna bridge the gap between D&D and fitness. I'm gonna be the chosen one. Then again, I don't know if D&D nerds care about fitness as a mass. D&D nerd cares about fitness, but I don't know if D&D nerds care about fitness, so. Maybe I'll try and change that. Yeah, change some regions, names. Blighted Hollow and New Eden. Ooh, those are cool. Blighted Hollow and New Eden. Those are regions right there. Dude, why does it feel so hot in here right now? It's only 20 degrees out. Why is it so fucking hot in here right now? What did I do wrong? I only have one PC on, man. It's only... Wait, is it seriously hot? No, it isn't. Okay. Well... My thick Canadian blood can't take the heat, apparently. I actually feel like I'm dying a little bit. My fish are called dolphin in Barbados, where my partner's from. It was odd to ask for in a restaurant. Like, they are a type of dolphin, though, right? A mahi-mahi is technically a dolphin, not a fish, isn't it? That is correct, I think. A delicious, delicious dolphin. Fuck yeah. There's a small chance that we might not go on that trip because there might be a problem with accommodations while we're there. But I'm hoping we get a chance to. Always do love seeing the fam. And what a great hack it is in life. Like, there's little about my experience in this world that I think is to be desired. But I think having a wife that, or being married to somebody who has family that lives in Maui is actually pretty G. Not gonna lie, dude, it's pretty G. It's only 27 today. We hit 39 last week. Damn, bro. The fuck you live and you get 39 degrees? What kind of Dubai-ass weather is that? Las Vegas heat? Holy shit. SLC? Is that Salt Lake City? Really? Salt Lake City, Utah weather. 34 degrees on Saturday. 39 on Thursday? What the fuck y'all doing getting 39 degrees on Thursday? Next week. Holy shit. Damn, bro. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a lot. I'd thrive in it, but that's still a lot. So, I don't know. I desperately want to live somewhere hot. But wait, don't you guys get snow in the winter? Wait. Don't you guys get snow in the winter? Does it ever get down to like no, there's no shot it gets down to like minus 40 or whatever. Or wait, no, I know some places in Utah get snow. Maybe Salt Lake City doesn't. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've never been to Utah. I want to go to Utah just so I can like go where Post Malone lives, to like experience the world through the eyes of Posty. But besides that, no. Not much about Utah that I think that I'd like to go see. There was that D&D theme park that y'all had in Utah that was open for like a year and was riddled with problems and was a great idea, terribly executed, so says the internet. I don't know much about it. I just watched a 4-hour Jenny Nicholson video about it one time, so that's like the coolest thing I've heard come out of Utah. That maybe also the Utah Hockey Club. Be cool to go see a Utah game in. I don't know where they're playing though. I don't know if y'all have a good like arena for a hockey team in Utah. I know you got a basketball team, but I don't think basketball like arenas are up to the same standard of seating as most hockey arenas are expected to be. I could be wrong with that. You don't have basketball up here. It's too cold. You try and bounce a basketball after like September, it's just like a block of ice. So we're not allowed. We're legally not allowed to have a basketball team where I live. So we get lake effect snow. Our license plates have skiers and the greatest snow on earth. Really? All right, man. Well, maybe one day I'll get to see Utah. Utah is on my Great American Road Trip list, though. One day I want to take a Great American Road Trip. And let me show you where I want to go. Let me show you my Great American Road Trip. Map of USA. No, not Google Map. This is a good map of the United States of America. This is a good map of the copy image. All right, here's where I want my Great American Road Trip to be. Okay. Oop. Okay. All right. So, get the red pen out. All right, let's get the blue. Let's get the optimistic blue pen out. Is this? Nope, that doesn't show. Get the red pen out. Sure. On my Great American Road Trip, here's where I want to go. I'll show you. So obviously we're going to start in Canada. All right, we're going to come down the border somewhere here-ish. Right? This is where we start. So I want to go down. I want to go see the whole Yellowstone bullshit. I want to go through Boise, Idaho. I think it's cool. I want to go through into the coast. All right, I want to do the whole coast down here. and I want to go down to the Bay Area and say, fuck the Bay Area. I ain't want to step in feces. Keep going down all the way to see my friends in SoCal and take L at Disneyland. Then I want to go back up, say, fuck Phoenix. Who gives a shit about Phoenix? And I want to go up through and see like Lake Tahoe and go to Las Vegas because it's dope there. And then I want to go to Salt Lake City. Okay. And then I want to go through the Rockies, America style, to like Denver, you know. And then I want to go down if I can. Maybe I don't know, either this way or this way. I don't know how much, like, I feel like Texas needs to be like a whole trip or whatever. So, you know, we'll say we'll do Texas. We'll go to Dallas. I think Dallas is somewhere around there. Fuck Austin. And I want to go down and I want to do the South. I want to go to see Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and stop at like North Florida. And I want to go up into Tennessee, okay, and Kentucky, where my American family is from. And I want to go through Appalachia and go see Washington, D.C. All right. And I want to go north up and see like some of the cool like East Coast shit in Boston. All right. And then I want to go up back into Canada right here. Oops. That's my Great American Road Trip. I figure I would need probably, like, to do this entire thing, I think probably like at least 5 or 6 days. Yeah. At least 5 or 6 days. Fly to the US to join you. Notice how I made a point perfectly avoiding my state so we can't visit. Here's the thing. You can go, we could go across to Vancouver and start in Vancouver and go down the coast, the Washington, Oregon coast, or we could do Yellowstone. And I want to see, you have to go further into, I don't know how far into Wyoming you need to go to do Yellowstone. I don't know, to be honest. So this trip looks something like one of these two routes. One of those. I don't know how far you need to go, but I know you need to go. But I want to see Yellowstone. All right, I want to see Yellowstone. I want to see the redwoods. All right. I want to see the United States of Texas. And I want somewhere in this area, I want to be fed a beignet. I want to go to a diner and I want to buy and consume a plate of beignets. And I don't know where in this grouping it is, but somewhere in this area, I intend to find a beignet. That's the entire point of that part of the trip. All right. Because you notice that I missed Disney World. That's because Disney World doesn't belong on the Great American Road Trip. Disney World is its own trip that I take Ella on so that she can live out her emotional damage coping mechanisms from when she was a little girl and didn't have any friends except for Disney characters. You want to end in Montreal? No. We're going to end in Toronto. Because if I wanted to go to Montreal, I'd save myself the hassle. And I'd go to this castle in Quebec City. Yep, I go to a real French city. Fuck wants to go to Montreal. Oh, you mean Walmart Quebec City? Because that's what we call it here. We don't call it... Like, Montreal is actually French for discount Quebec City. You can do it in 3 if you really try. Yeah, we're gonna get that big old Winnebago, Atari. We're gonna get that Winnebago going. Yep, that A-class. Yellowstone Park's in the corner where Wyoming meets Idaho meets Montana. So Yellowstone's right here. Okay, so that's what right. So we need to go down a little bit further here. So that's your good catch. That's about where I wanted to, yeah. I want to catch that. I want to go see Yellowstone. I don't know what else is on this trip that'd be cool. You know, you got Lake, rich people. You have Gamba. The only mod I would see on this trip is Cobalt. So Cobalt's right there. I'd have to go down further to see Steph. I'd have to stop somewhere in this area. To see Blaze. And I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not doing it. I could see Thorkin. But if I do, I'm going to get conscripted into 1 month of being a farmhand by his dad. So I got to be careful the time of year that I go see Thorkin. So, but yeah, maybe I go do the Ohio State University football game. Maybe I do that. You know, Alberta, Yellowstone, to Salem, Oregon, to Lake Tahoe, to Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, San Antonio, New Orleans, East Coast, up to Toronto. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Well, maybe I want to go see Dallas. San Antonio seems nice, but I want to see Dallas down in Texas. I feel like that's my city. I feel like Austin's too pretentious and expensive now. I feel like Houston has a little brother complex. I feel like Dallas is where I want to go see a Cowboys game. Don't worry, Cobalt has plenty of space. You're right. You should want to come to Ottawa. We have the Parliament, and I'm sure we have something, right? I'm sure we have something. All right, we have nothing, but it's nice. Yeah, look. Here's the problem with this. So, Rocky Mountains are here. Okay. Okay, so Evan lives here. Okay. The capital, the nation's capital, is somewhere over here. So, what? No, somewhere over here. Nation's capital is somewhere around here-ish. And Ottawa's somewhere next door. Anyway, to fly to Hawaii from the nearest international airport, which is Calgary. You go to Vancouver, and then you fly all the way to Hawaii. This is 1 unit of money. Okay? 1 unit of money. To fly from here to anywhere in here is also 1 unit of money. Now, I aspired to be a physicist at some point in my life, so I'm going to do a little math here that I think might be a little bit tough for some of you guys to follow along. But just trust me, even if you don't understand it, understand the outcome and that I am proving my point in mathematically here. So if you have one unit of money, okay, we're gonna have that equal. We're gonna use X in here. So X, if you do X plus 1, will also equal X plus 1. All right. Now, if you algebraically remove the 1 from both sides of the equation, you have X equals X. And so X equals 1 unit of money. Hold on. So from butthole nowhere, Canada, to butthole capital, capitol, from the capital to butthole capital, or fucking Maui equals X equals 1 unit of money. Some deep math here, right? Consider also that going from here to Disneyland, or from here to Gamba, is 0.5 unit of money. Now we've done the math. Somebody explain to me why I would ever travel here in my entire life. I'll wait. That's right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. Glad you'll understand the economics now of travel in Canada. The Europeans are just like, why not just take the train? You just take the train from one side of your country to the other in 10 minutes. I don't understand you. Why don't you just take the train from one side to the other? It's 50 euro. Motherfucker. Canada. You think we're cultured enough to have a train? We are. It actually sucks. We do have one. You know, they're not wrong. I know they're not wrong. Europeans can't understand this. Y'all don't, and then Americans don't understand this because y'all have like 18 airlines and they all suck, but at least they're competing for the lowest common denominator of money. So you don't have to pay your retirements fund just to fly. Well, after COVID you do, but you know, we're hoping that changes. So yeah, I'd love to see Eastern Canada again. Last time I went out there, I went to Halifax, which is true Eastern Canada. Toronto, Ottawa, mid-central Canada. You want to go East Coast Canada? You're a Newfoundland there, eh, bud? That's where you go. Good job with Rockstar. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd love to see like, you know, Niagara and the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'd love to see tons of stuff. I'd love to see the Royal Canadian Mint. I'd love to go sit on Parliament's front lawn. Because, like, y'all don't get to sit on the White House front lawn in America. You can do that in Canada. We don't mind. All right? Our government building, not anywhere near as important as the Americans' government building. So you can play Frisbee on the front lawn. All right? It's fine. But, yeah. I know that the Parliament building is more correctly, governmentally, like your congressional house, or whatever you call your Congress and Senate. Is it the same building? Is American Congress and Senate in the same building? I think it is, right? But regardless, when people think of your sort of state leaders building, you think of the White House. And then in Canada, you think of Parliament. So technically they're different, but really it's the same shit. So fundamentally. You're using Capitol building with the White House? No, I mean like important whatever like kind of building. The Prime Minister's house is not it's not a residence where the Prime Minister does anything. Right? Like the reason why I say it's kind of more similar to the Parliament is because American politics still happen in the White House. Things still happen in I believe the West Wing. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's the other one. I don't fucking know. I'm not American. But the Prime Minister's residence is a small house that the Prime Minister doesn't even stay at because it's a pretty old shitty house. So the Prime Minister just kind of lives wherever in whatever rich neighborhood in Ottawa, you know, he or she wants. So as our Monday was full of people though, so we didn't stay long. Yeah, that's tough, man. Congress is the term. House and Senate are both in the same building, opposite sides. I'm surprised they didn't just build the Senate directly on top of the Congress with like a glass floor for them to look down upon their congressional lower class at, you know. A shitty residence and having to live in Ottawa, not selling being PM. It's not a great job, man. I wouldn't want to do it. I'd much rather be a president of a country than a prime minister. Are you kidding? That'd be accurate? Yeah, there you go. No, it's yeah, our parliament's really kind of it's art. It's if you think of the iconography of your important state building, you think of the White House. If you think of the iconography of the important state building in Canada, you think of the Parliament, which is why it's sort of actually. I mean, I don't even know. Can you go sit on the front lawn of your congressional building? I'm guessing not either, right? Because y'all have more people and they'll be weird out there. It's one of those things that you wonder why you can do it here. That you're like, how is this a thing that we're allowed to do? Just standing in front of our parliaments built, like, you know? It's one of those things that'll be that maybe our kids won't know what it's like, but your head of state was out of country for a long time. Was he? I don't know, man. The thing is, that's the difference. One of the differences between a prime minister and a president is our head of state doesn't really do much, to be honest. It's all the party. Our head of state is a representative of the party. He doesn't really have much power, not in the way that you think of executive power in America. It's from a like a parliament system. So our prime minister can be off, just chilling if he wants, and stuff's still gonna get done. But in America, you're like, oh, we need the person in charge to sign this shit. It's like, ugh, okay, I'll sign some shit. Technically, your president's equivalent was the monarch. No, our president's equivalent was the governor general, which is a distinction. You might say that the governor general was the monarch. The difference is that the governor general, even before Canada became independent, did all the roles of the monarch. The monarch didn't care about what Canada was doing. The governor general always had the power that you consider the monarch. So technically, yes, head of state, money, whatever, queen's face on all of our fucking coins, king's face now. But the governor general is the monarch's representative in the country. So you can say that the governor general is more like the president or the head of state, and then the prime minister is more like the speaker of the house, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. The one region that needs naming choices are Grimheim, Moor, Frostfang Wilds. I like Grimheim. That sounds cool. It's the mall, the long green lawn with the Smithsonian Museum and shit. Is the Congress building, is it on the right side of the entire thing? Is it on the east side of the mall? Isn't that? Yeah, because I want to go to Washington, dude. I want to see all the museums and shit. I want to stand in front of the monuments and whatever and masonry and all that kind of shit and see it all. I think that'd be cool, I think it'd be rad. It'd be cool to get like a tour. I don't know if they do tours inside. Like what would be cool is like the kind of the more governmenty building that I really want to go to is I really want to go and see, like, I don't know if they offer tours, probably not tours, but I don't know if you're allowed to get a tour inside the Library of Congress. I'm almost guaranteed it's not open to the public even a little bit. I mean, maybe it is. I don't fucking know. It'd be cool if it was. But that'd be the one like government official like non-museum building that I'd want to go see inside of is the Library of Congress. That'd be kind of cool. It's like the biggest library in the world now, isn't it? Or whatever. By some metric. I want to see some books, bro. Fucking, they ain't let me in the Vatican, so fuck it. I'll go see some like conspiratorial shit inside the Congressional Library. I don't know if Canada has a similar thing. I don't think so. Do we have a big library, Thorkin? I don't think we do. I think, we gave up it's like we were sitting there with the budget meeting. We're like, do we want to have an official state library or do we want to have a Hockey Hall of Fame? Ah, God. Oh, man. Ooh, that's tough. State library or Hockey Hall of Fame? I mean, we got this stick from Gordie Howe. He's not even Canadian, so... Yes, he is. Shut up. Okay, I'm sorry. Do we do? Ottawa Library or Government Library. Ottawa Public Library. That's probably not what I'm looking for. Library and Archives of Canada. All right, what do we got? We got the Library and Archives of Canada. Ottawa Library and Archives of Canada. Let's see. Let's look at it. Let's see. Oh, man. I don't want no fucking graham cracker ass s'mores looking library. What is this dog shit? What is this fucking, like, what kind of fatty made this stupid thing because he was hungry? This is the kind of shit I would have made when I'd still make. Dude, I could kill for a fucking s'more. No, bad. No, I want... That's an idea. Design for the new Ottawa Super Library. No, man. I want some old ass building that looks like... This can't be it. Is this our federal archive? Is this it? What is this Soviet ass Eastern Bloc looking building? Dude, man, government buildings in Canada are so hit and miss. Some are the most beautiful European inspired buildings you've ever seen, and others are like what your dumb friend made your base from in Minecraft with default cobblestone. It's just a box. God damn it. Meanwhile, in America, it's not fair, bro. It just ain't fair. You know what I mean? Y'all are so spoiled if you grew up in Europe, man. You got the best architecture. East Coast US, pretty good. East Coast Canada, hit or miss. West Coast Canada. I can't think of a single cool building in Calgary, in the city I grew up in. Best building in Calgary? Yeah, look at this is the city I grew up in. It's just you come on. You know? Like, at least they have the like Edmonton legislature building. Like, this is pretty cool. It's our state capital. But it's in Edmonton. And no one wants to go to fucking Edmonton. Like, it's pretty cool, though. But it's like the only building in all of Alberta that's somewhat decent. Vancouver has 1 or 2. Does it? Yeah, well, that's a good point. We do have like we do have like, you go to Banff, you get like the Banff Springs Hotel. So like all of those buildings, Atari, all those hotels, all those, I believe they're all Fairmonts. They were all meant to be built along the Canadian Rail, and they're all supposed to look like European castles. So you have the French Chateau du Lac Louise. You have the Empress Hotel in Victoria. You have the Banff Springs Hotel. You have the Quebec. What's the fucking Quebec City Castle Hotel called? Whatever. It's some chateau or some shit. Who cares? Those are pretty cool ideas. Like, that's legit. That good point. We do have some cool buildings in Canada. They're just not government buildings. They're all hotels. They're all fucking hotels, man. Had the second best steak in Canada there, Kappa. Shut up, I tried. All right. Chateau Frontenac. Yes. That's the one. Do they have a royal suite? Oh, that's not very royal or sweet looking. It's a fucking fireplace. Maybe. No, screw it. Yes, we do have that, I guess. You're right about that. There are some nice buildings. They're just hotels. What are Canadian castle hotels? Are there any others that I'm forgetting? Chateau Laurier. Where the fuck is the Chateau Laurier? What city is that in? Ottawa. Oh, okay. All right. So there's one. Like Ottawa's cool. Look at all. Look, you got some classical buildings. You know, it's a pretty cool hotel. Not bad. There's that one. What are the other? Parent Banff Springs. Yeah, I don't know. Canada's best castle hotels you need to see to believe. Okay, if this is gonna fucking give me an ad block thing, Forbes, I swear to God. Okay, well that goes Forbes. Anyway, that's a strong anyway. Old Quebec does, yeah. Quebec City does. You're right about that. But I think that like literally the Empress Hotel, Lake Louise, and the Banff Springs are the nicest buildings in Western Canada, as far as like classical style, right? German French castles being a mixture of palaces and castles for no damn reason. Yeah, why not, right? There's one German king who wanted, who was like, was the economy on lavish castles? Never ever finished that one, but actually liked some. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. It's a pretty famous castle they built. The Disney based his castles off of. Yeah, it's a really cool one. I don't remember the name of it though. Best architecture is Gothic architecture. Changed my mind. Tell that to the Canadians s'more. That's gonna be our library. God, I can't with this country. Can you just invade us already? Like, I don't care who. Like Russia, Europe, fucking America, Sweden. I don't care, man. Just somebody nearby. Just like give us better. Actually, America. I prefer America because when we get American Amazon Prime, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Could you imagine if we had access to American Amazon Prime? Oh my God. I would order so many groceries and so much stupid shit off of American Amazon Prime if we had access to that in Canada. Holy. I'd buy stuff off of Rock Love jewelry for Ella. Oh my God. Could you imagine if we were an American state? The Bold Castle and the Yacht House. Yeah. Britain done enough. I'll take no part in it. Ah, come on, man. Just one time for old time's sake. Just send William or some shit. I don't care. Actually, never mind. No, fucking UK can stay home, man. Y'all don't build any nice buildings anymore. Y'all were like, dude, the UK in like 1862 was like, yeah, I think, you know, London's done, isn't it? Let's not build any nice buildings for the next 150 years. How about? Righto. Let's go get some jellied eels or whatever you guys do in your free time in the UK. I don't know. The rest of Europe, they're still building dumbass shit. You know what? Spain can have us. Spain's still building cool ass shit. You just want to build another Sagrada in the middle of like Calgary, Alberta. You can have like 3 blocks. I don't care. We'll give you Bankers Hall and the fucking train station next to it. If you want to build a cathedral or some shit in the middle of Calgary, I'll sign that petition. I'll send Guapo over to be president or some shit. I don't know. Plot twist SCP 3008. Wait, what is that? It's actually revealed as part of Sweden's twisted plans to take over Canada. Uh-oh. Well, so time. If any of the Nordic countries were to invade us, I'd want it to be Norway. I will culturally start saying yoo-hoo to people. I'll do it. I'll do it. There's some like 65-year-old Canadian boomer just twitching right now in their chair. I don't know why. If I'm president, I don't have time for D&D. If you're president of Canada, you don't have time for D&D. Yes, you do. You just defer your power to your delegated parliament, like shadow, like shell government. The whole of England doesn't eat jellied eels, and those that do, they're grim. Wait, those that do, they're grim? Oh, I'm confused. That's fair. All right. What's the thing that every person from the UK eats? What's the thing everyone from the UK eats? It's disgusting. Either Vegemite or Marmite. I don't remember which is British and which one is Australian. But I heard the worst one is of the two is British. But I also heard that from a bunch of Australians. They could be full of shit. You never know. UK invades Canada and suddenly Tesco start opening up everywhere. I have no idea what a Tesco is. I just hear all my British friends mention it once in a while. They always start Waffle House style stories. Like if Americans want to go watch bum fights, they go to Waffle House. If Brits want to watch bum fights, apparently they go to Tesco. Canadians want to, they go to Swiss Chalet. That's just the way it is. So, be on this IKEA from the SCP universe. What is the SCP universe? Wait, what? I'm so confused. The SCP Foundation? What? Collaborative writing project. Shared fictional universe. Wait, what? Oh, I've heard of this. Cobalt told me about this. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm caught up now. Tesco isn't really that great. Well, now there's Swiss LA, but here we are. Can be leader of Canada, even though I didn't do. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Fucking Guapo. It's a nerdy horror online thing. Got it. Secure, contain, protect Tesco is supermarket SCP. I see. What even is Tesco? Is it a convenience store? Is it a grocery store? Or is it a gas station? And how much like Buc-ee's is it? For my specific American Texans that have lived in England. I don't know if any of them are here, but it's nerdy but also fun. I've never really investigated. I've heard people talk about it, but SCP is a foreign concept to me. I will admit. I'm afraid. Oh my god! I have been on the wrong layer for the last. Doesn't matter. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Fine. First Bucky's just burned to the ground. No. Shit. It's a convenience slash grocery. Interesting. Interesting. What's up, Venus? What's going on, dude? How you been? I'm enjoying hearing stories of your Goliath taking the journey across Eldara. You'll be very proud to know, Venus, that today when I was at the gym, I was listening to Estonian folk trap on a playlist my friend gave me. She's like, here you go. Listen to this at the gym today and tell me what you think. I'm like, wait, this is all just Estonian folk music remixed to trap. I thought of you, Venus. Free hate you already. Are you doing any of it on your bike, or are you doing it all walking this year? Maybe some extra squats at the gym. Yeah, wrong layer push-ups. Yeah, no. Shit, you're right about that. I did say one time that I would do push-ups when I had the wrong layer. Damn it. I just realized there's an alternate universe where Ireland, after securing independence, pushed the UK into the UK and the world, spreading warfare and Guinness. Well, we already got a lot of Guinness here. My dad drinks so much Guinness. I don't even ask him if he wants a beer. I ask him if he wants a Guinness when he's over. So I know biking is allowed this year. It isn't, but if people wanted to do biking, and because I think you did that last year, if you want to bike and then adjust your kilometers up for it, like what is, or sorry, adjust your miles, like what is the equivalent from biking to walking? Do you guys think? If every 1 kilometer of like what can you cover in, let's say, 10 minutes of bike riding, of casual bike riding? You know, how fast does a bike go? I don't know. I don't ride bikes. I'm Canadian. I snowshoe. So I've been on a bike in years. I'll be very, very honest. You can do whatever you want, Venus, as long as you're adjusting the time for it and the distance for it. I'd prefer if everyone walked, but I know people got, like, you know, different situations going on. Maybe you got really good bike lanes, but you don't want to walk everywhere. I don't know. It's hard to get properly in North America Sag unless you find a good draft in a bar. It's not worth it. I mean, I still like it. I don't mind it. I never had real Guinness from like an Irish pub or whatever, or Ireland. I don't know if I ever had like an amazing Guinness, but from what I've had, I like it. It hasn't been ruined for me, right? Like I get the same idea. Blues, or if you go somewhere and you have food or something in a traditional way or whatever, something can ruin the experience for you. I try not to let that happen because I think it's pretentious and it's also you're just depriving yourself of things. But I will admit there's one thing, like I really don't love North American sushi, at least where I live anywhere, you know, because like you go to Japan and you try sushi, like you try ramen for the first time. You're like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. Like, you know, is there ramen that's this good at home? Like, maybe not, but like, you know, whatever. Tonkatsu, things like that. Is there tonkatsu as good as at home? No, but you can make it yourself. It's actually decently easy. But like fish and sushi is like completely ruined for me. So I still try and enjoy it, but I get that. I worry that if I tried proper Guinness that it'd be the same thing, but I don't know. I don't really drink much anymore though, so there's that too. But I think 3 times easier, yeah. Well, you gotta take care of your joints, Venus. I don't want you getting injured this summer. 10 minutes to 3 kilometers at least. My kilometer foot takes me 11 minutes. Yeah, that's about it. So I'd say like if you wanna 3x your kilometers, Venus, and bike it in addition to walking, you know, go for it. If you're gonna protect your joints and fix, you know, protect your feet and stuff, definitely don't go pushing yourself to injury just for a silly little summer fitness challenge. So some bars or nears is good. Yeah, I'd be curious to try one that is. You try the sushi at Bucky's. Oh, should I? Yeah, it's the only reason on the Great American Road Trip map. That's the only reason I'm going to Texas is just so I can go to Bucky's. I want to buy a Bucky's bag. That's what I want. And a Bucky's hat. And whatever else you get at Bucky's, I don't know. Do I look Texan? I'm not that handsome, I'm sorry. Non-Irish person says, I'm Irish. Me bombastic side-eye. Really? It's alright, I walk my dogs enjoying the morning walks. Just have to see if I can take my whole challenge physically. That's fair. Not a lot of the sort of Irish lineage that crossed over to Western Canada. So I got like a whole mush of, so like the Blair name is a Scottish name, but it was most recently came over from Ireland. So, you know, if you do my family tree long enough, it goes through Ireland and then it goes to Scotland. And so the joke is, that's maybe not a joke. So I'll tell you. What's up, Fishy? How you doing? What's up, you stud? So here's the thing. I'm gonna say a couple of things that are true and or family stories. If you infer anything from this, that's not my fault, but I do want to defend myself. Ella has no case. Okay? My dad always said that our family was descended from sheep stealers, that we stole sheep. The Blairs we were sheep thieves. Around the time that my dad said that we were accused wrongfully of being sheep thieves in Scotland, that's when my family moved to Ireland. Did we get kicked out of Scotland and have to move to Ireland because we were sheep thieves? That's a stretch. But it is coincidental to a move from our family in my family's history. Now, Ella, we did her family tree too. Ella is actually descended. She has noble titles in her family, which is pretty cool. She has noble titles, including some very famous British admirals. Some very famous British admirals. She actually has a sword. She has a sword that was her great-grandfather's, I believe, maybe great-great-grandfather's, that actually has like a royal, like Queen Victoria fucking thing on it. That was given as some sort of an award. So she's got some pretty impressive family. Now you track her family tree, actually part of it does go to Scotland as well. Around the time my family moved from Scotland to Ireland on my family tree, one of the entries for her family, with her family name, very close by to where my family left Scotland, did suggest in one of the entries of the history, when I was talking about the family history, because she has much more in-depth family tree on like ancestry and those kind of things than I do, because she has important figures in her family, right? There was an entry where there was a note that during a few of these summers, their family did suffer at the hands of sheep thieves. Now, just because it was at the same time and in a similar region, Ella thinks that I owe her some sort of compensation for some supposed accusation of sheep thievery. I think these accusations are baseless and obviously ridiculous. But I have to at least lay out the facts. So, you Ella sheep, I do not owe her any sheep. I'm not paying her sheep rations. Here, I have made a peace offering with her. I have purchased for her one bracket, one letter one, ONE bracket number one bracket one, quantity 1, 3/4 Yorkshire Terrier, 1/4 Maltese. I believe that the offering of one Yorkshire Terrier, Yorkshire, because we're in Canada and we don't say Yorkshire, because we speak real English here, American English. One Yorkshire Terrier. I've given her one Yorkshire Terrier. And I think that this should put any allegations or suppositions to rest. I would suggest that one Yorkshire Terrier is at least the equivalent of a dozens worth of sheeps. And so if in any point she wishes to pin, or my family or her family wishes to pin any sheep thievery upon my family that resulted in us having stolen sheep from a noble family of sirs, and thus then conveniently led to the exiling of my family and the fleeing to Ireland, I would like to say that any sort of supposition can be met with a handshake, a gentleman's agreement between Elle and I that we have patched up our I'm Canadian, our historical family bad blood. I have paid my debts. I have paid them. I have paid them for my family. Unrightfully. Sins of the father and all that. They were famous. They probably had fancy bred sheep, so it's like one... Okay. Fishy, I need you to do your best impression of shutting the fuck up. If you could do me that favor. Okay, we don't need to start talking about the quality and thus an increased quantity and okay. You don't.
Heaven's ancestors stole their sheep, but heaven just stole Ella's heart.
I can make an adopted joke as well, but I'm not going. Okay. Thank you for the 100 bits. Well, I appreciate it. More thievery equals more reparations. Stop! I'm not buying Ella any more dogs. I don't want any more Morkies in my house. I have one. Look, I have one Morkie too many. Do you see this shit? Where's the Discord? Where is it? Where is it? I'll scroll up on stream topics. It's like right here. It's before the league shit, right? Yeah, look at this. Look at this little rat. Fucking disgusting creature. Look at her. Little stupid tongue out, her little teethies. Needs to ride on my shoulders on the walkie because she got tired and wanted uppies. I continue to suffer the burden that I have willingly taken on. Okay? Like why is she always so happy? Dude, I took her on a jog yesterday, or sorry, not yesterday, 3 days ago. I took her on a jog and we jogged around this like pond area that's close to where I live in the forest. And midway through, she was like running. She's like running. She's all happy. Her tongue's flying out, you know, all over the place. I'm jogging. I'm happy because I couldn't jog last summer because I was too fat. We're both having a great time. Then all of a sudden, done. Step down, foot, gravel, slide. I'm like, what the fuck, Una? I look down at her. I'm like, what's the problem? She just hard stopped out of nowhere and like slid like a foot and a half on the leash. I turned around, I'm like, what is your problem? She looked up at me. Came over. She came over, turned to her side, slight adjustment of butt towards me, and looked up. This is the way she asks for uppies. This isn't just her stopping and like, oh, I need to pick up my dog because like my dog talks to me because like I'm an emotionally damaged 30-something-year-old that whose dog is smiling at me. Like, I'm not, like, chill, okay? But that's the way she always asks to be picked up. And I had to pick her up then and finish jogging home, grabbing onto one set of her legs and holding onto her stupid harness on my way home. And the looks I got were like, I say, is that man jogging? Is he jogging with a dog? Little puppy on his shoulders. Why don't you run with your little dog? Maybe he wouldn't be so fat if he didn't allow his little fat dog to run. This is very unsettling. That's what I imagined they were saying. I got stared down by these old people, okay? They're confused. I was confused. I was embarrassed. I don't like it. Not taking you on any more walks again. She can stay at home and get fat for all I care. Sheepdogs was not wait, that was not about exercise. That's unfortunate. My dog stopped right in front of me, so I fell over him, face planted because he wanted to smell some. Oh, yeah, that dude. Okay. Units for weight training? Well, no. What? Unironically, on the weekend I went for or on Monday. Monday, whatever. The day after I took Una for a jog, I went on a walk to get my steps, and I put 2 25-pound dumbbells in the bottom of my really strong Osprey bag and a couple water bottles on top of it. I think it's probably about 65 pounds in total. It's a big Osprey bag, and I put a lot of water in there. I'm just put it closer to 60. I don't know, but I went for a big ass long walk with 60 pounds on it, and I was like, I was like thinking to myself, I can't believe I used to walk with this amount of weight on me, just chilling, just on a Friday. Like my joints after that were killing me. I was like, how did I do this when I was so fat? Oh my god, it was tough. It was tough. All right. Oh, okay, hold on. We need to do our first random encounter. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm gonna do it right now. Our first random encounter for the Summer Fitness Challenge. All right. We need a D6 random encounter. Things that you would find in the region along the way that you will fight on the Fitness Challenge. I forgot about that. This is one thing we have to do before stream ends today. So, what's good, Rag? We're chilling, dude. How you been? So, I'm thinking we do pretty standard stuff that you'd find in the D&D Wilderness here. So, pack of hungry wolves. We're not gonna put exclamation mark. 2. Second possibility random encounter. Bandits. Your money or your life. What would we do for the standard 1d4 wolves? Band of 300 orcs. Damn, that's a lot of orcs, dude. A Dusarion assassin mistakes you for her target. What else we got here? What can we do? A person from one of the other players' pasts. Person from one of the players' Someone from your past seeking to collect on a debt. Oh no. We need to have something like this every single time. like, oh no, the hungry wolves, your money, you're like, we need to make this very campy. What else? So we do a D6. What kind of encounter is? Find a trail of cheese in the forest. We want these to be we want these to be like fairly easy, the first level encounters that you'd go through. So random merchant wants to give you a side quest. These are gonna be threats. We're gonna have events like that later, but these ones need to all be threats except for one. The last one's gonna be you know, that last one's gonna be fair. So okay, so hold on. The no, asks you to find a stolen pot of gold. Uh-oh. What are some other D&D threats? Red caps offering strangely pristine apples. I don't have anything that's the equivalent of a red cap in my world. I'll do a random trap made for a large animal. Your campsite. You set up your campsite in the middle of some hunters' traps. Watch out. 6. Endrick. Tired. Sore. Out of TP and health potions. Asks you to spare some of each. All right. Okay. There are gonna be other like more like mysterious sort of encounters later, but this is our first like the dangerous encounter, our first combat encounter of the fittest challenge. My friends, we're in the thick of it. It is time for our first random encounter. Let me know how you guys handled the challenge. All right, if I get 6 on the die, I have to re-roll. All right, if I get 6, I must re-roll. Dude, I should get Ella to make official journey across Eldara dice. Oh my god. Officially sanctioned Blackwood dice. Oh my. All right. All right. Here it is. Wait, can you see it? Ah. That is a 5. We get a 5. What was 5 again? What was 5 again? You set up your guys, I set up my campsite in the middle of hunter's traps. Watch out. Oh no. I thought it was a super nice location. Out of the way, nobody was there. There were some signs in the night that said something. I don't know. They'd been kicked over. It had rained the night before, so I didn't know what they read. Turns out they were trapping some large beasts, and somehow I didn't get stuck in a bear trap, but I had to carefully navigate my way out, desperately avoiding traps. Let's do a dexterity save to see if I did it. Let's do a dexterity saving throw to see if I manage my way through. Actual 19. Get shit on traps. Get shit on. I am the trap god. I was listening to Estonian Slavic trap at the gym, and I conquered the traps on the road. Get in there. Fuck yeah. I did it. What'd you guys get? What'd you guys get? Did you meet Endrick? Anybody meet Endrick? Super rare encounter. You meet a nice person who you become friends with. I think, Guapo, that's one of those things. Like, remember in The Matrix? The architect said they tried to make a world that was ideal for humans, but they couldn't, like, take a world that was, like, too ideal or whatever. You need to have some reality based in it. I think it's important for D&D. And so we are still talking to D&D nerds. So, like, you romance the barmaiden, you kill the dragon, you're the hero. Those are all stories that are believable for a D&D nerd. But you meet a super nice person, you just become friends. That's a bit, like, let's not... Just hold the brakes here for immersion for D&D nerds here, all right? 46.4 kilometers. What am I at? It's day 4, and I was at 34 kilometers yesterday. So today I'm at 5k steps. I don't know. So like close to 40. I don't know. Around there. Dusarian Assassin. That's gonna be interesting. Ooh, Dusarian Assassins, all the way from the Relic Coast, mind you.
Atari. They've come all the way from Coralastria to seek out their target, who was supposed to be on the journey, a relatively high-end noble figure whom you just tend to look a little bit like. Their information might have been wrong. Maybe the cloak you picked up in Arstan was a little bit too close to whatever their cloak was. So I'm gonna need you, Atari, to either make an attack roll, an intimidation check, or a persuasion check. You can choose whatever you want. You can either fight the assassin, slay her, smote her onto the rock beneath you. You can persuade her that you are not her target, or you can intimidate her. Tell her to move along. Persuasion check. All right, roll it. 4. God. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, guys, Atari has a bad time this encounter. It's a bad time. Eventually, after taking some dagger blows and exchanging some himself with Atari, the assassin does realize that she does in fact have the wrong target, and offers you an apology and the last of her Ashasari elvish rations before she dips off into the path, as ashamed of herself as she is vengeful for her target. So yeah. And there's those who romance the dragons. Yeah, there you go. Yep. How does an elf live, and do dwarves take fall damage? My thoughts process: the dwarves are children of earth, won't be affected by natural elements, and they are hard. I guess it depends on your world. In my world, dwarves would absolutely take fall damage, and elves live long, but so do dwarves. And a couple of other select people. Anything that's descended from one of the proto sort of elves. So good deal. Yeah, you probably need to either take it easy for the rest of the day or chug a health potion. You know, you have to name it Goliath. I was thinking Ritz, but it sounds a little too masculine. I think it's cool. I think you name your Goliath whatever you want, Venus. Yeah, there it is, man. So all right, you get your random encounters. You get them going. There it is. Boom. Day 4 of the Summer Fitness Challenge. A 4th of July spectacular, as it were. All right, only 3,550 steps today so far. I can rest. Yeah, dude, that's you got a lot to go. You got about 7 or 6.5K, right? I gotta go do my walk, my post stream walk as well. So I'm gonna go do that. Streams today and tomorrow will be a little bit shorter because I want to make sure Ella's okay, and I want to make sure she's taking her medication. I want to make sure she's awake and everything, because she's on some pretty tough painkillers. But thank you for everyone who did reach out and wish her well, or you know, drop her something nice on Discord. Appreciate all of you. She appreciates it. She just can't type on her phone or anything like that because she can't use her right hand whatsoever, which sucks. But no, it went well, and she felt it's so during the middle of the like operation, she immediately started feeling better. Like obviously she's in a lot of pain, but they did this thing. They're like, okay, we're doing the thing. And they did the thing. I won't get graphic or whatever because it freaks people out. But they did the thing, and then she immediately stopped the pain that she's had in like her fingers that weren't numb because they need to do a nerve test on them to make sure she can still use a hand. Immediately the pain went away in the middle of her surgery, and she was like, oh my god, holy shit. The doctor was like, it's only gonna get better from here, kid. So she's very happy she got it done. She's recovering well, supposedly has a massive bruise on her arm, which is hilarious. But it went well. She's feeling okay. She's just kind of, you know, on a lot of painkillers and stuff. So I'm gonna go make sure she's okay. But why did I take my watch off? Why did I take my watch off? Possible reason could I have taken my watch off for? I don't know. Smart watches for the Summer Fitness Challenge are kind of a game changer. If any of y'all were wondering if they were worth it. All right, where's Yotrope? Where it at? Where he at? There he at. Cool. So tomorrow we're gonna take some requests. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good Friday stream. Good Chief Fleet looking after his Night Maiden. Shut up. So thank you guys for chilling today. I appreciate you. Good luck for those of you who are doing the fitness challenge. If anyone wants to join on the fitness challenge and hasn't so far, you can join anytime. Looks the three sort of goals, the badges, the 50 mile or 70-ish kilometer or something like that, 80 kilometer, I don't remember. The 50 mile, the 100 mile, and 150 mile are badges of how far you want to go. So if you come in, you're like, I'm not gonna do 100 kilometers or 100 miles, whatever. You know, you can join in. Don't matter what kind of badge you go for, bro. Listen, going for 150 miles in 1 month, that's a challenge. It might be a challenge for you to get 50 miles if you haven't been walking around too much. And if that's the case, then you're a hero, man. You're pushing yourself. So how can we join? Reg, the details are in the Summer Fitness Challenge. Make a D&D character, start walking. Start tracking your steps, start tracking your runs, whatever you do. Track your kilometers or your miles, however you whatever, track it. I don't know where you live. Chase Fitness Dream and the Sheep of Unsure. Okay, listen, this is unfair. I shouldn't have said. I'm so mad. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be a dope stream. Thank you for being amazing. Until next time, my friends. I hope you enjoy your stay. Farewell.